外でご飯食べよう。金木犀香るこんな季節には、あけび色の空から星ちらちらきらり、ゆっくり息を吸い込んだら、宴の幕開け開始。スモークチーズできたてのキッシュ、頬張で包んだ秘めます。ほら世界が喜んでる、私たちのどびたがってる。こんな夜に合うお酒なんだろう。ボタニカルに山椒なんてどうかな。小さなこの手で月もつかめちゃうなんて思っちゃう気分。ブナの葉のざわめきが耳をくすぐってる。秋咲きのクレマチス、夜風に揺れてる。収穫祭の街、遠くでざんざらり。ほんのり頬が赤くなって、なんだかふわりふわり。洋梨のタルト、レモンパイ、ドライフルーツのイチジク。ねえ口元がほころんでる。世界はワクワクで包まれてる。コーヒーの種類どれがいいかな。シナモンローストなんておしゃれかな。軽くなって空も飛べそうな気持ち、まだまだ終わらない。気を急ぐ木枯らし、もう少し待ってて。満たされた季節は意外とあっという間だから。オイルサーディン煮たての夏、ほんのりあぶったカラスミ。ほらおしゃべりが止まらない。全部飛び越えて笑い合ってる。今度は何を飲んでみようかな。桑酒でカクテルなんてどうかな。ここにしかないちょっと小さな世界、みんなとつながってる。これからもずっとずっと朝まで終わらない。
Alright, hi guys, welcome to Anon of the Week, episode 10. I'm with my guest, ThatBugBehindYou. We're going to mainly discuss some manga, other things. I know, thank God I got it on actually another guest in a week, so the title isn't fraudulent, it's Anon of the Week. Is my guest here? Is your mic working? What's going on?
Yes, I'm here. I'm the savior.
Yeah, thanks for coming on last minute after Lizard had some family matters to take care of.
Hey man, a bug's got to back up a lizard every now and then.
Alright, yeah, so the anime, well, I guess not anime, manga you recommended to me were, the titles are so generic. So there was the Death Game Isekai one, and then there was the Zanamasu one about like a skeleton.
Yes.
I thought they were both pretty good. Yeah, they're the skeleton one. It's been done before. I mean, there's like 100 novels that follow the exact same thing. Uh, but it was well done. It wasn't obnoxious and have like terrible tropes that make me cringe when I read them. And then the deaf game one was pretty entertaining.
The Death Game one is probably my favorite. Other than a different one, I forgot to recommend. That's my all-time favorite, but that's not important for now. Oh shit. Oh well.
Kabang.
Uh, well, what's important is that Death Game manga. I looked up the title. Someone recommended it to me, and I looked at the title. I said, "What the fuck is this generic shit?" And I read the first chapter, and I was in love.
Oh,
I was in love with the
I
man.
thought it was gonna be generic as hell, and then it just went
Exactly.
off in a different direction.
Exactly.
Let me grab the title for people in chat there.
It's actually the best.
Hold on. Let's see.
I don't know. Someone in chat saying Junji Ito is awesome. They had like one or two good works. I think they're a little overrated.
All right, so the manga we were talking about was that one, Isekai Death Game, Ni Tenso Surete Surai. It's definitely a comedic spin on it. It's not what you're expecting, and I definitely recommend it for anyone who likes comedy manga.
Or cute girls.
And then the other one was they're both only a few chapters translated so far, so it would be pretty quick if you want to catch up with them. This one is Nozomanu Fushino Bogesha, about some guy getting reincarnated as a skeleton and struggling to deal with the problems that comes with being a skeleton man.
Yes, and something that's the great about it is that he's reincarnated into the same world, so it isn't technically an isekai.
Well, it's not. Yeah, it's not the Japanese self-insert person isekai. The epitome of trash. That is most other things. And it's good they actually made the main character like a sociable, upstanding person instead of like some disgusting, like a horny meat.
You know, that's when I actually when I started officially recommending it to people was around the second or third chapter. I forget which one it was. But when like someone's like when the people are worrying about him, it's like, oh, this guy's like the number one guy. That's pretty neat. Literally hasn't been done very often.
Mm-hmm. Although I still find there's like a guild and you got to rank up and there's like these ranks and shit. It's so stupid. But
I forgive, and I know like it's still bad. I forgive anything that doesn't pull the shitty like you have a pop up screen in front of your face bullshit. I
oh
know
yeah,
it's
you're right.
meant
You're right. If
away.
there's as long as there's no stat screens, it's probably okay.
I actually can't handle that. It's the worst fucking thing ever. I'm sad anyone ever.
Yeah, I think some people call it lit RPG.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's definitely a genre of trash. It's just, oh, you level up while you're doing this thing while I'm telling you a story about this guy leveling up. And apparently, a lot of people read them. And I just don't really get how they find it appealing. But
Well, it's because like it's just something that's completely and utterly shit. Like another one, I'm just recommending this one too. Like if you want to see an adventure manga, that's like probably one of the best ones with a dungeon crawler. It's called Dungeon Meshi.
oh yeah,
Dungeon
I was just gonna say
MESHI.
that Dungeon Meshi is definitely it is sort of become a flavor of the month manga, but it's just really good. So it deserves the sort of popularity it sees on A. Um,
Yeah.
and it's just this. It's not an isekai. It's just this fantasy D&D style adventure with like these culinary undertones based around the cooking monsters and stuff. And it's just really well done. The art's great. The story's great, and it's just a joy all around. And I hope it gets an anime adaptation because it'd be great to see. I'll put it in chat for someone, Dungeon Meishi.
You're going to read the summary and you're going to be like, I'm not sure about this.
Yeah, Dungeon Meishi is definitely really good. And then as far as other popular manga, I tend to mostly read more for manga. I tend to read slice of life stuff. Like I just keep up with like Yuri Yuri and Torabachi and stuff like that are just like cutesy.
Yeah, I'm on that end where I always looked for something that kind of had it has to have some kind of underlying goal at the end of it. Like I know a lot of slice of lives have it, but like it has to at least have a romance or something for me. I have to know that there's an end goal, even if it's a comedy. I don't know what it is. I just can't.
When is Yuri? It's already aired. Episode 1's already aired. Carnivore. It's called Harukana Receive. It was all right. An all right first episode. Definitely exactly what you're looking for if that's your sort of thing. Let's see. I guess I need to use live chat on here too. Let's see. Kingdom and Kengen Asura. Well, I know Kingdom is like a gazillion chapters, and it's the Chinese what the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, right? I just when it comes to things that are like a trillion chapters, unless I get instantly hooked, I'm not going to read it all the way through. And there's only a few things that I've bothered to like sit there and read. Things like Berserk and what was it called? Was it Vinland Saga or was it no? It was Vagabond. I read Vagabond, which was really good.
Vagabond, I would recommend. I haven't actually started reading Berserk yet. I try every day, but I'm like,
I mean, Vagabond is kind of in that place where Berserk was on like a boat arc, kind of a shitty boat arc right now. But it like just reading it through is really good. Like the parts that are
but
good.
At that time, you have to realize literally everything was at the boat arc. Then even Naruto was on a boat arc at that point in time.
Fucking Berserk. Well, the problem with Berserk isn't that it's on a boat. It's that since the boat and after the boat, it's been like shit. Like it's not even good.
Yeah,
it's not even enjoyable to read.
That's what I hear. But I just wanted to throw out a quick another recommendation just to put it out there because I want anyone to know about this. I'm just going to type it in your chat because I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's Bokutachi ga Yachimaria or whatever it is. It's about 4 kids who basically set up dummy explosions in another school to scare the piss out of some bullies, and then they just fucking kill them. And they're basically just running away from the fucking police the whole manga, and it's the best thing ever.
Sounds funny. What's it called? You could just type the title in chat.
There, I put it in the
Kengen Asura, 114 chapters. Could you give me like a synopsis, Spaceman? Why would I? What's good about those 114 chapters of manga?
Oof.
I'm waiting for Nikki Boo to pop into the live chat and start fame horning. Oh, don't you worry. Nikki Boo will actually never set foot on one of my live streams as long as I live, so.
That's kind of depressing, though.
Why is that depressing?
You don't get the gay. I hear it's pretty popular with the school kids.
It is pretty popular with the school kids, but you know, I don't mind a person who is a faggot, but if you're just a faggot and you don't have anything to say, go away.
Is that the Australian who can't ever seem to shut up? But
it's just Nicky Boo. He's got like a whiny voice. I'm sorry that I'm shit talking you, Nicky Boo. Nothing personnel, kid. But the whiny voice. All he talks about is like Sons of Kojima drama, and he like parrots opinions about like how much he hates East Libs, and he talks about how he's like a gay virgin faggot. I'm like, okay, I just don't want to listen to him. I'm sorry, Nicky Boo, but it's just not for me.
No, that's completely fine. Don't ever trust anyone who talks about fucking Sons of Kojima unironically.
Yeah.
Just can't.
What's Vagabond about? It's about it's sort of like a more realistic samurai anime. I guess if I had to put it in terms of realism, if Kenshin, if whatchamacallit, Samurai X, uh, fucking Ronin Kenshin is on the far side of fantasy, and I guess the far side of realistic would be, what's the most realistic samurai? Shit.
Mm,
Um, Honestly, I think Vagabond's probably the most realistic, even
I
though
was
it's
just
still
gonna say,
fantastical. It's still very
yeah.
fantastical, but
I was just gonna say, like, I think Vagabond is.
I guess you're right. Like as far as actually well done manga, Vagabond is the most. It still has some like martial arts level fantasy kung fu elements in it that are like clearly fantastical. But as far as like how the combat it like plays out and the people and what they have to do and like the story and the setting and how it's fleshed out, it's an extremely realistic sort of historical adaptation of Miyoto Musahashi, who's famous for being this like swordman genius.
Oh wait, no, I do know it. Afro Samurai.
Afro Samurai is the most realistic.
Yes. I mean, no, that's actually serious. Just don't watch it animated. Afro Samurai is only good in pictures.
The only reason Musashi had the dual wield is just because he had to kill like 200 people in like a sitting. So
Yeah.
uh,
I mean, it's. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still manga.
yeah, of
So,
course. It's based on the legend, yeah, not the actual historical character, but it's just like a very well done rendition of the mythical uh, sort of Japanese dual wield swording hero from the Warring States period.
yes. Well, I do dock points for the dual wielding because technically you can only truly dual wield if you weigh over 300 pounds.
Is that right?
Yes, and you have to do it in a fedora or a rain hat of some sort.
Stop talking shit about dual wielding dwarf. I'm gonna ban you because my wife who dual wields katanas. Uh, do you know about noir detective animu? Like trying to find a serial killer, true detective type shit. I would recommend Monster for that. Monster is definitely up that alley. There's not too much of that. That's specifically like detective noir uh, from Japan. There's a
I
few.
got just I got just a thing for you. You want detective shit? Look up Higurashi.
Oh
There
yeah,
you go.
Higurashi's definitely like a. Well, I mean, it's sort of got some fantastical elements, but it's definitely like a crime mystery thriller. And if you're kind of, or if you really want like a Japanese like sort of mystery murder, like mystery detective thing, definitely just go read through the Higurashi visual novels or watch the anime. But I'd much suggest reading the visual novels instead of the anime, and then watch the anime.
Just don't watch the Phoenix Wright anime. That shit's trash.
Uh, just get a 3D GF and tell her to dual wield. I mean, I guess. Uh,
But
Danganronpa.
can but how can you tell him to do that when he already has a 2D GF that can dual wield up to 30 pounds worth of metal?
Exactly. Okay, let's see. Did you watch anything from last season? Any anime from airing anime from last season?
Oh, I watched. Let me think, because my problem was that as a kid I always watched anime, but then I got kind of disenfranchised. I think the last thing I watched was Hero Academia.
Boku no Hero Academia. Why'd you watch shonen shit? What a waste.
Well, see, I watched it because the manga is actually good.
Oh, okay.
It's actually good,
Is it?
and yes, it's don't like
I mean, it's
it's a
published in Shonen Jump. You understand?
I do. It's good. Trust me.
I
It's
don't know.
here. Okay, so here's the problem, right? If you watch the anime, right, they have the Hunter x Hunter problem, where you have this big action set piece that looks awesome, and then everyone kind of pauses in midair, and it's like, and now I will explain my ultimate move and how it works and how everything is going to happen when I hit you, and finally it's going to hit you, and the reasons why I'm going to hit you is because you raped my father and you slapped my mother. And then they end
Are you
past
sure
and
this is a
explain
great
everything.
manga?
Yes.
All right.
I mean, you haven't been reading it, but you'll find out later if you do.
I mean, I just saw a lot of shit posting about it when a particular twist got revealed involving some character and her quirk.
Yes. It's I expected it would happen. Anime brings the most. I don't
Well, I
even
mean,
know
it
how to
wasn't even
say
the
it.
anime. It was just the manga chapter with that twist got released, and everyone was calling the author a hack and saying it was like a shitty ass pull and that the manga was garbage. That's all I remember about Boku no Hero Academia.
I don't know because I can't remember anything that was trash worthy. Maybe I don't even know which one you're talking about actually. Do you remember like what it was kind of about?
Some girl had like some like she just had like a power that no she didn't talk about for like the entire manga, and like it just ass pulled and saved the day completely.
Hmm. I don't even remember.
And the line she used was "Oh my blank quirk" or something, and people started memeing that line because of how stupid it was.
Shit. I guess I don't remember the manga as well as I thought I did.
Oh, hmm.
It's like over 100 chapters.
Yeah.
All I know is that you know what? Actually, I think I'm having kind of a revelation here. I think I think I think the problem with the manga is that everything's really really solid, and when I say solid, I mean like a five, right? So there's like
Okay.
nothing wrong with it, nothing like amazing.
Sure.
It's really solid manga, and then it has really great peaks. Like there's a specific moment that involves a cape and a guy who looks like Tintin, and it's unironically the best thing I've seen in manga for quite some time.
Have you read the redraw of One Punch Man?
Yes, even better than anything in there.
Really?
It was that amazing. It involves a guy who looks like Tintin and a cape and a little girl. And when I was reading it, it was great. It was amazing, right? But every time I reread the manga, there's certain peaks that I see that I thought were really amazing,
Okay. Well,
and
I don't know.
they
It
all just kind of
seems
devolve.
so. How many manga do you think you've read?
Oh, like at least over 100, I think.
Okay. Um,
I watched every anime from 2005 to 2010, and
the
I've
seasons were
read.
smaller back then, so that's actually doable.
Yeah, no, it's not like loading. It's just what I
Like,
back then what I did because I didn't have TV.
yeah, now it's ridiculous to keep up with a whole season of every show, and you don't want to do it because there's so much fucking yaoi trash and other nonsense.
Hey man, gay ice skating is the future.
Now there's a show about fucking gay antique rifle men.
There's a show that's called my what is it called? My it's called like fucking uh my brother's husband.
The Cuck Show.
Pretty much. It-
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
fun. It's getting a live action remake.
oh
It's
no.
great.
I mean, the yaoi market is just women like spending money, and women also like gay boy men.
It's an
So,
argument I've always made to comic creators. Don't make lesbian women, make gay men. You'll attract more women that way.
well, yeah, exactly. If you want to be some sort of lady slaying artist, that's definitely what you want to do. You want to be drawing gay men.
Yes, and that's not to be confused with manly men such as JoJo, JoJo Senior, JoJo Junior.
I couldn't read JoJo. It's just not good.
Well, here's the problem, right? It's actually great, but the art is terrible.
I mean, yes and no. I mean JoJo. I've tried reading through like I read through the first manga, part of the manga. I'm like, okay, and I go on to the second one. I'm like, what? And then I'm like, I just dropped it. and it's sort of like a boring story. Like, I don't care. I know. There's like all these like action shenanigans and stuff, but I'm just not invested in these characters. And it might be the art, it might be the way in which it's presented. Just makes me think of them as like sort of homosexual caricatures instead of people. But I just can't
Well,
get
it
invested.
certainly doesn't help.
Yeah,
I didn't watch JoJo for like 3 years because I just looked at it and I'm like, no, that's gay, isn't it?
I mean everyone loves JoJo, but the JoJo fans are probably the worst fan
No,
base.
that's not true at all. Everyone loves JoJo memes. If you actually peek into the fan base, like for more than an hour, you'll very quickly see that people like, no, I read this chapter and that's all I read,
Oh,
and I'm the biggest fan. No, I read 2 chapters. I'm the biggest fan.
so it's people pretending to be fans. Uh,
Essentially, because the problem with the JoJo fandom is like probably 10% of the JoJo fandom is people who genuinely look at it and enjoy it. And then the other percent of the fandom, like 30%, is simply from the super best friends.
the problem with the JoJo fan base is they infinitely shit post about stupid JoJo references constantly, and it's just like
Oh
there's
yeah.
nothing more obnoxious. Even the Eva fan base is better than the fucking JoJo fan base.
Well, see, the problem was that we got co-opted. We actually started that shit because a bunch of people were coming in saying, "Look at how funny this is," and trying to, just kind of take up the memes without actually being involved with the stories. So we started endlessly plaguing any post that had anything to do with JoJo so that people would stop doing it, right? But then it became unironically funny to the normies, so they picked it up. And now it's just trash
And so
instead of
now the
enjoyable stuff.
JoJo threads are on par with like the Shingeki no Kyojin threads,
Pretty
and
much.
and if anyone who is an original JoJo fan just wants to blow their brains out with a shotgun and just I just a good thing I like obscure anime with lesbians in them that normies won't watch.
Yeah. Hey, I won't, no offense, but I just, I can't read anything Japanese that has anything to do with Yuri. I can't do it.
You're just unenlightened, my friend.
I understand that. I understand the consequences that come to that. I understand heaven is probably unreachable for me.
Exactly.
I just can't do it because
Uh,
there's this one time that a cat girl was living with a normal high school boy, and there was a lesbian character, and she was so fucking annoying that every time I see a lesbian character in any type of manga or anime, I just remember that one character, and I get a very bad metallic taste in my mouth.
so
I
that's what
can't help
autism
it.
is like, huh?
Yes.
Interesting. Uh,
And onto a more specific argument, uh, Mob Psycho 100 is better than One Punch Man. This is true. It's the truth. Don't deny it.
Mob Psycho. Well, I mean, yeah, it's written by the same guy who did One Punch Man, right?
Yeah, it's basically just One Punch Man, but 100 times better. Thus the 100.
Okay. Yeah. I know the author basically has like chicken scratch levels of art, and it just
Yeah,
draws this little web comic, but it just became such a meme and so popular that they got like expensive. They got who is it? Murata.
yeah, I think it's Murata.
They
It's the
got
guy who did the one with the girl with the robot arm.
yeah, they got Murata to like redraw the whole thing in like high def and have like the anime. I just remember the fucking gratuitous panel with the robot in full color
Yeah,
from the manga. Like this kept going and going. Basically like an anime keyframe thing.
yeah. Well, the problem is that it got too big for its own good, in my opinion.
You mean the fan base? I think it. I mean the manga. I haven't read the web novel thing because I just like the art in the new one, and I just want to remain unspoiled. But
Well,
from
see,
what I
here's the
know,
thing.
like shit just keeps getting better in terms of the story.
Yeah, no, it's the thing is that the reason why people got sucked into it is because, I mean, it is very chicken scratch, but there's a level of professionalism to it that I can't really explain. You just have to look it up and just see it, and it looks like a 5-year-old drew it, but it looks like a professional 5-year-old drew it. It's because the expressions are really good. You
I
always
mean, the
know
paneling
exactly
is
what's
really good.
going
That's what
on.
people say. The paneling, like how the thing is laid out and like how it transitions. It's really funny and comedic, and you
Yeah,
can tell what's going on. And it's like the guy is like a cinematographer. He just can't fucking draw.
it's great. It's see, the thing is that if you're reading I guess the I don't know what it's called, the official version or the better version, as most people prefer to call it, is that
You missed some of the jokes.
no, you miss the humor, but you get more story. So it's kind of like, what would you rather? If you read the web novel or the web comic, you get more comedic timing, you
Well, I
get
like the
more
story, so
funny
I'm just
expressions.
reading the manga. Actually, I quite like the what the story's going for with like the sort of lambasting all of the Japanese hero worship and the hierarchy and all this other stuff, and like sort of making fun of comic books and other things in a way that is pretty well done.
It gets this conclusion that are you up to date on the official manga?
I no, I need to catch up back up with it. I figured the last chapter I read was when when the guy at the bat was fighting the centipede.
Okay. By the way, that's the best character.
I forget his name. The fucking bat delinquent.
No one remembers his name. We just know he's the best character.
Yeah.
Although Crooked Tuna may disagree.
Why is that?
They have Fubuki or whatever the fuck her name is.
Oh, uh, Fubuki.
The
You mean
trash.
waifu bait?
Yes, the trash. Excuse me. I gotta clear my throat here. The trash waifu.
I mean, like having a waifu from One Punch Man is fucking stupid because it's just not an anime about girls or characters. They're just not really characters. They're
Yeah.
just sort of they're jokes. They're puns.
And he says, best girl according to Murder Out. Yeah, but you know what? He's wrong. See, Dark Ghost Wind knows what I'm talking about. He's wrong.
Murata's wrong. It's not
He doesn't know.
Fubuki.
He said he said that here's just to show how wrong he is. He once said that if Saitama went against Goku, he would probably lose. So everything he says is infactual.
Saitama went against Goku. I mean, it depends because you can definitely kill him infinite times, but Goku like will just keep coming back, and eventually he might figure something out.
Well, see, here's the problem, right? And this is why I hate power scaling nonsense.
Yeah.
So if you were to go by their official characters, like Saitama would just fucking obliterate him, right? But Goku would just come back and he would be stronger or something.
Yeah.
And then
So
Saitama would just obliterate him again because that's his character. And
so Goku is Infinity +1, while Saitama is Infinity. Ergo, Goku wins.
Yeah, I guess. He's just fucking stupid.
Yeah. I mean, if you just break the math down, Goku wins. So Murata's not wrong. He's just woke.
Yes.
uh, what annoyed Ko One Punch Man making fun of how shitty Cape shit is?
Oh no.
Did that annoy them? I don't go on Ko because I know it's fucking Tumblr tier and garbage and full of disgusting degenerates.
I
But
don't even know what Ko is.
no, the comics board on Chan's.
I actually know what it
Okay. How would Goku go back infinite amount of times? He just like knows the
He's
person in
buddy.
the afterlife. You're buddy. They'll just keep sending him back,
Yeah.
just like in the
just
anime.
buds. He's like, he gets killed. He's like, don't worry, Goku, I'll get you.
That's a pretty good impression. Yeah, I mean,
I actually, as a kid, I used to be able to do it perfectly, but then I got puberty.
yeah. Cape shit has always been stale carnivore. It's always been them just like throwing shit at a wall and constantly making random twists to desperately not keep it stale. But it's always been stale.
Yes. And by the way, The Advocate is wrong. Has absolutely no degenerates. It had one degenerate back in
I
2011. That degenerate's gone now.
I don't know about that.
That's okay. I know.
I think the degenerate to non-degenerate number just keeps increasing year over year as shitty shonen threads shit up the catalog and continue unmolested. But
Oh, come on. What's your problem with shonen?
shonen is only liked by people of mixed race origin and or
Really?
blacks. Yes,
Why?
it's just the truth. Shonen and harem trash are
Is it kind of like how
overwhelmingly
Smash Brothers has like 90% black people?
yeah. Like harem trash and shonen are overwhelmingly consumed by people of mixed race origin, whether they be Brazilians, 56% Americans, or or just black people, and they consume it and they love it and they're just entranced by it, and nothing else is better than harem trash. I have like a mixed race, I guess I'll call him a friend, who just like loves harem trash. He cannot be convinced that anything but his edgy harem trash is the best anime. I'm like, fucking stop, grow some taste.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a harem anime that I actually enjoy. I'm thinking of a lot that I enjoyed when I was like 14, but I'm trying to think of like what I actually enjoy now. I can't really think of any. They're all just kind of low tier, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, people. Dark Ghost says A is full of normal fags who try to say taste is subjective to justify liking things like Sword Art Online.
Well, that's simply because Digibrony is a pest and he has many children.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many YouTubers who are just fucking PCs and don't have any taste or ability to actually analyze things, and they don't actually have any idea of how the industry works or functions. They're treating it like they're watching a Western cartoon, and
Yeah,
they
exactly.
review it like they're watching a Western cartoon. It just triggers the fucking shit out of me because they watch it and they don't understand the context in which it was produced in the industry, or that they don't comment on anything about its production or any details that would be useful and informative to somebody. They just say, "Oh, I like the pacing here," or some stupid fucking nonsense.
Yes. Yeah, well, it's I don't know. Are you hip on the SAQ,
The what?
the sword art question?
I mean, it's a shit show.
It
The web
it's just that
novel is garbage. It's literally one of the. It's like Sword Art is just the epitome of stupid isekai harem trash. It's just like the shining example. Nothing in it is fucking redeeming.
but that's the SAQ. The SAQ is basically you have the trash anime and the trash manga that keeps all of the pests away,
It,
right?
it
And
doesn't
then you
though.
have
They don't have to be on the board, but they are.
mm, I
They don't have to
guess.
be tolerated. In the old days,
Whoa,
they could be dub
whoa.
posted out of oblivion.
Hold on, Carnivore is fucking wrong. Said Sao is the new Naruto. That's not true. It's the new Naruto Shippuden. Nothing wrong with Naruto.
Nothing wrong with Naruto. That is a terrible statement.
No, it isn't. Season one of Naruto
Naruto
is,
is an entry level anime of the worst kind.
I guess. I like the child version.
All
I
right, I
thought,
see what you're saying. The containment anime can keep the fucking the mutts in their little threads, and you won't have to deal with them as much. But I'd rather just not deal with them at all because they don't have the brain cells to appreciate something like Sakura Trick or
oh, I
Serial
do like
Experiments
that.
Lane.
I like Soccer Chick.
I thought you said you hated lesbians.
Yeah, I kind of like that one. I'll be honest, I didn't watch all of it, but I watched like two. It was fine. I just can't like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Maybe I'm
You're
just too
just fucking autistic. I don't know.
I'm too strong of a Christian. I'm butt buddies with
But
Leo.
the Bible doesn't say anything about lesbianism.
Yes, it does.
No.
Yes, it says right in Matthew 1-44. Don't fuck with those lesbians. Look it up. Matthew was a knowledgeable pimp. Lesbians are freaky.
Ugh. But I mean, whatever. If you just can't understand the aesthetic beauty of the Platonic realm known as Yuri anime, I'm sorry. You must live a terrible life.
Well, I mean, kinda. I kinda live a terrible life. So you're not wrong. But
Depends on how you translate the Aramaic.
oh no.
So, in order to understand truly whether the Bible supports lesbianism or not, I have to go learn Aramaic. You're right, Oleg.
Oh boy. This is we will
Okay,
achieve
all right, Ghostwind.
lesbian ascension.
Yuri Kumi Arashi is not a good show. It's definitely trying to rip off Utena. It's trying to catch fire in a bottle again. But it's not a bad show. Like it does its job. It shows its themes. It's got a lot of good eye candy. It's got like an interesting aesthetic to it. It's not a bad show. It's watchable.
I don't know. I haven't seen. I don't. If anything says Yuri in the title, I usually avoid it. I'm just going to be straight up. That's just me. You can call me a bigot if you want to. That's fine.
You're not a bigot. You're just an unenlightened fool. You'll never see the path to heaven.
I don't know. I've watched Fight Ipatsu Jiri-chan. I think I'm halfway to enlightenment.
Nah.
Also, that's the best anime ever. A guy hits angel girls with a baseball bat, and they pee themselves in an orgasmic way. It's truly some of the best of its kind. Everything's solved by friendship at the end.
Tutu is a nigga anime? Okay, wait a minute, Dark Ghostwind. You gotta be baiting me here. Tutu is a fucking great anime. You can't fucking say that shit.
I don't know. Looks like you just said it.
Avoid Yuri like the plague. I mean, I'm sorry. You'll just never know.
I think. Okay, so here's a question. So you enjoy Yuri, right?
Exactly, yes.
So in yaoi, and I'm just explaining this because some people may not know it, the one with the bigger hands is the top.
Yeah.
Is there something similar to that in Yuri?
Usually it's the one who it depends on the relationship dynamics, but it's either the one who is colder or the one who is more womanly.
So like
unless they're doing the traditional butch like tomboy route, and then it's the tomboy. But I don't usually like those sorts of Yuri shows. I prefer the ones where it's just like cute girls and there's like Yuri subtext, and the relationships just form naturally over all the trials and trepidations they have to go through. And for ones like that, it's usually the colder one is the top. Although it depends. It's sort of like it's in a perpetual flux because it's not like a natural topper of anything. Yuri is bad, like anime in general. T, man who loves Japanese video games about degenerate nihilism.
See, now, Leo, you just need to calm down. See, his problem is all that fucking BBW porn messes with your head. You know, it's true. Like, there was a leak. It was a Pornhub docs of his account. Pseudo vagina fucking. That was the search term.
Pseudo vagina.
Yes, it is what happens when a woman's gurnt overflows.
Yeah. I mean, the original Resident Evil is just such a great moral tale. It's not just like a schlocky, violent, kill some zombies meme that's making fun of Americans.
Don't you say that. RE4 is a beautiful piece of work. Very touching.
RE4.
Yes. Most touching of the Resident Evil franchise.
Well, I guess RE4 and 5 are like secretly woke because they're both like making fun of Spics and Blacks respectively, and they got away with it somehow. Like both of those games are fairly liked, and the Capcom somehow managed to get away with it without getting. I guess it was right before all that shit like really exploded.
Oh dear, carnivore's after you, man.
I think Jeff has a fetish, or in the future he gets cucked by a lesbian while he watches. Okay, carnivore, you don't understand. So here's the thing: when you're watching a piece of media, if it's a male female relationship and you're just voyeuristically watching it, if then usually if you like the female, you're a cuck in this watching it this voyeuristic romance play out. If you find the female appealing, but if it's two females, then it's like who cares? You can take whichever one you want later. It's just you get to enjoy this nice guilt-free romance between two cute females at the pinnacle of civilization.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't in like Japan, isn't like Yuri and Yaoi, isn't that like a child thing? It's like they grow out of it. Isn't that
Oh,
like part of their
that's kind of yeah. That's how Japan views it. Is they don't go out, which I think is the right way. Like you shouldn't legalize or give it legitimacy. It is after all just a fetish, even if it's an enlightened fetish. Uh, so they say okay, it's just like a phase people go through, and it's true. Like in fact, there's a lot of people who even in our degenerate like clown world, they'll do their little fucking homosexuality phase. And then by the time they have an actual job, they stop, and then they're not like a giant faggot anymore, or at least they tell themselves that when they sleep. But but Japan just like they don't like moral fag about it to the point and give these fags all this attention and like try to legitimize it as this sort of identity and things. It's just like okay, haha, that's gay.
Hey, whoa, no fetish is enlightening. I don't know about that, man. Leo seems pretty woke, and he's all over them busty gut women.
Can't wait for the new Dragon Ball movie to come out. So Spick posting cancer comes back. True, true.
Oh God, there's a Dragon Ball movie coming out. Didn't they end it? Isn't it already over? Who likes Dragon Ball?
I mean,
It's
Dragon
such
Ball
a
Super has been
horrible
airing.
anime.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Super has been airing for a while now. Brought all the fucking normies out of the woodwork. And I'm like, oh, I love Dragon Ball Super.
Oh my God, I got in a fight with someone once before over, oh, not an actual fight, but like a five like reply chain.
All right,
Like,
so here's the reason, Leo, is why Spicks like DBZ, and they like DBZ. They like harem trash, like the shitty To Love Ru ecchi harem anime, and they like shonen trashy anime like Naruto. And the reason why is because all of these anime function on the gorilla level. They tell the story in the gorilla mindset. Like, oh, you get this harem of cute girls, ooga booga. Oh, you like level up and smash, I smash enemy booga, and it's just like it appeals to the gorilla mindset. So anyone, no matter how lack of intelligence they are, can just like be excited by things like DBZ and shonen.
I shit you not. The reason why I got in a fight with someone over DBZ was, okay, so the fighting in Dragon Ball is subpar, mediocre trash, and there's absolutely no cinematography in it. So you always get de-interested. And their response was, no, man, it's like a gorilla going ham on a gorilla. How can you not enjoy it?
Yeah. Uh, and yeah, it's also just the fact that a lot of them got dubbed over there, and they have like this whole dub industry that is more popular than even the American dub industry. Which fucking Americans who watch dubs, like there's my disgust for Judaism, and then there's my disgust for people who watch dubs.
It's actually terrible, though. It's actually, I don't understand it. You're a man who only watches the subs, right?
Of course.
So I don't. I've tried to get in a friendly conversation with somebody who enjoys dubs, but it has never happened. I don't understand how their ears can hear, like,
It's
whoa,
just
that's
ignorance.
a
I've
horrible
talked
thing
to a
that
number of
happened.
them. It's like a willful ignorance because they have like this weird complex around, well, the Japanese girls are too screechy and shit. And or they just have some nonsense reason. And they haven't really watched much anime, and so they only watch dubs. But if they ever got serious about the hobby, they just switch to subs. Destiny, do you torrent or stream anime? Of course I torrent. My fellow niggas also love Yu-Gi-Oh, a complex brain strategy game. Look, they don't love
They
Yu-Gi-Oh.
will.
They love shit. They love how Yu-Gi-Oh shouts at his opponent. And he's like, no, and he dies. That's what they love.
Yeah, that's Diogenes is it's such a fucking problem. My friend is in the he's just kind of an amateur. He's done slight professional works, but to even try to put your resume into any official production that revolves around anime is so hard because they have literally like 22 people that they keep on call by all the time. And only maybe if every one of them is sick will they reach out to other
Well, yeah.
people
Here's
to
the
voice
thing:
act.
is the licensing companies have no interest of actually spending more money, and also the actors themselves in this little clique, and their agents or whatever union or whatever the fuck they're part of. They would just like this to continue, where these 22 people get to voice every anime that gets licensed because it's like a steady income for them, and they don't want to share it. They don't want to compete, and it's just that the anime licensing game isn't big enough to justify having an actual dub voice acting industry. So it's just like a piece of garbage.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, Dark Ghost Wind, like talking shit about Kaiba, millionaire wastes money on gay trading cards. I don't know if you've actually seen the amazing show called Yu-Gi-Oh, but listen here, man. This guy has holograms that can fully interact not only with each other but other people to the point where a hologram can kill somebody. We all know what Kaiba's doing. We all know what he made the holograms for. He's a little smarter than that. Come on.
He takes children card games very seriously. Well, Leo, the thing is, in Yu-Gi-Oh, like when you play the children's card games, if you fail, your soul literally gets banished to hell.
It's
So
true.
so you have to be fucking good at these children card games, or you can't cut it in the Yu-Gi-Oh world because every you get to walk down the street, someone challenges you to a Yu-Gi-Oh battle, and you're forced by social convention to take it. And then if you lose, you're just fucking banished to the shadow realm, and your soul is just trapped in this like Egyptian purgatory full of like weird monsters and shit. And
Yeah,
you don't want
and
that to happen.
Diogenes is bringing up the Yu-Gi-Oh where fucking American Jack holds a gun up to Pegasus. Have you not seen the episode where literally a terrorist cell has a group of people held by AKs as Yugi and the leader of the Taliban is fucking dueling?
I mean, yeah, the before the censors, Japanese Yu-Gi-Oh is actually hard fucking core, and especially before the manga got transitioned into selling the card game. Like Yu-Gi-Oh just engaged in like kaiji style death games with people. Like he would just gamble with like their lives, and they would just get murdered. It was pretty
Yeah,
hilarious.
the original season of Yu-Gi-Oh, it started going bad around the arc where they had to save the grandpa, like where they had to go to the duel tower. That's when all the friendship shit started happening. And if you watch the season 0 of Yu-Gi-Oh, you'll be watching it and you'll notice, wow, this is completely different from Yu-Gi-Oh. But then immediately as that arc starts, where they have to save the grandfather, it immediately feels like the new age Yu-Gi-Oh, and you can see exactly the point where everything went wrong.
I know. I like dual dice,
Eh, I mean,
dungeon
the
dice.
games were better. All the see, here's the sad part. All the games that they had other than Yu-Gi-Oh were better than actual Yu-Gi-Oh.
The actual Yu-Gi-Oh card game is fucking shit, to be honest.
Yeah, like they had a bunch of
Like
board
even
games that they
Hearthstone's better
did.
than fucking Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, Zatch Bell is better than Yu-Gi-Oh.
Zatch Bell.
That's right. That's an OG card game. You don't know card games until you played Satch Bell with that fucking little leather book that you held around looking like a fucking badass in school. For you guys playing Pokemon, flip out your book. Zatch Bell, motherfuckers.
Diogenes is just a casual, and if I ever played Diogenes in the Magic the Gathering game, I'd kick his ass with my $200 control deck or something.
Oh my god, Magic the Gathering. I used to work at a fucking.
Card show.
Oh my god, I worked. at a place
I can imagine. Yeah.
where these fucking guys, they all played Magic all the fucking time. Their breaks, their lunches, they always played Magic. They had fucking backpacks filled with Magic cards, fucking thousands of dollars worth of cards.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot understand. Like, people make fun of Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon. How can you take a
Well, I
card
mean,
game
you
seriously? But
gotta
fucking $50,
you gotta fucking shell out for Yu-Gi-Oh
I guess, but it's still not half as
and
bad
Pokemon
as
too.
fucking Magic. But
I mean,
here's the
yeah.
thing, right? If you look it up online,
Well, here's the
the
thing about Magic
expensive
is that
Pokemon card was like 15 grand, where Magic, the most expensive card, is like what, 100 or like
you're right.
50?
But here's the thing, it's not like put away the nerdy aspect of it and realize that it's gambling that you can legally do like all over the United States and win actual money prizes that you can resell pretty easily, and you can do it even as a child. So it's just legal gambling, and that's why I played it for so long. I just love the fucking like the be a value king and just go infinite off my initial entry and just like resell my packs and get my entry fee back and just like grind out cards and build my collection. It's just like it's like playing poker. It's just like this whole gambling EV fun little thing.
Now, I'll tell you what's fun. Like, if you want to go into like the old card game shit, you find a kid who's playing the new Beyblade, right? And did you ever play
Uh,
Blade?
I had
God
a
damn it.
I had a little spin whether a top thing with the ripcord, but I never found anybody to play with, and I also thought it was like, how the fuck would that even work? These things don't even really spin. This is gay.
Okay, so here's the deal, right? This is the funnest shit you could ever do, but it's really mean. So you got to have balls of steel. The old Beyblade spin tops were made out of metal, right? And the new ones are made out of hard plastic and small bits of metal. So what you do is you get a kid and you say, "Hey kid, you want to play Beyblade?" And they go, "Yeah,
And you
sure."
pull out the old
And you
ass
just
metal top
fucking
and just like
yeah, you
smash
just
their
fucking
shit.
break it.
Yeah.
It's oh, I guess I won. My
Someone in
Pegasus is
chat asked about if I play modern. Yeah, I have the two modern decks. I got Mono Blue Tron and then Mono Green Devotion. Both
The
fun
only thing I
decks.
ever did was a werewolf deck, and that was from a friend who gave it to
I
me.
also have like a pretty big casual collection from playing limited that I can make into a cube if I ever had enough people to play with. For I also have like some commander decks lying around unassembled that I can build.
Yeah, fucking Dark Ghost. Yu-Gi-Oh was amazing back in season 1 and season 2 of the card game. It was great. Now, I may have only been like 12, but who cares? It was fucking great. Yu-Gi-Oh season 1, Yu-Gi-Oh season 2, it was fine. Then they started with all the fucking stupid shit. And then more stupid shit. And now you have fusions, and now you have this, and now you have that, and now you have super mega black cards and super mega red cards. And what do those
Well,
do?
so
Nobody knows.
Constantine's asking if you can never find anyone to play card games with. If you want to play Magic the Gathering, there's usually a store somewhere within driving distance, if not walking distance, and they'll hold events at least on Friday. And if you get there early, you could just probably ask one of these beta nerds, and they'll probably teach you how to play. And it's fun. Oh, if you live out completely in the sticks, it might be tough. But yeah, those
Hey man,
stores.
Chris Chan fucking in a fucking Ash Ketchum costume was able to play with people. There's no way in hell you aren't going to be able to find someone you could play with.
Yeah, you're right. The card stores are a hive of scum and villainy. They're where all the sort of the nerdy refuse end up somehow. Because instead of drinking and partying, well, I mean, I guess yeah, people make fun of them too much because it's also sort of like there's just the normie. There's fine people who do it, like people who have actual jobs and are just will stand up and they come by and play the game on the weekends because it's fun and entertaining and they know people in the shop and they just like the competition. But there's also just a bunch of like really fucking autistic, mean spirited asshole nerds who just don't know how to interact like a human being and are just fucking miserable to be around. And
Back in on my day, we called them butt munches.
yeah, and these miserable men children. It's like the sort of the man child on the fucking internet that people always like caricature, but it's real, and you meet them, and you have to play a game against them and be like civil. And
Hey, fucking Dark Ghost. He says he's talking about how kids got in fights over stolen red eyes. Let me tell you, some guy in my school, my middle school, had fucking the three Magnet Warriors and the Magnet King, right? All four of them. This guy had all four of them stolen from him, and he beat the ever living shit out of the kid until he got fucking 4 months detention for it. Just fucking
worth, I
insane.
guess. You steal my fucking cards, you get fucking laid on your back, violate the nap.
Not any cards. Fucking Magnet Warriors.
Magnet Warriors, dude, that's serious business. If someone stole my Dark Magician Girl back in the day, just fucking get fucking wasted, dude. I'd do a drive by.
Dark Magician Girl is trash. The true girl of my dreams is the actual Dark Magician. By the way, like all those characters,
Cutscene
I
asked
don't
if
know
I
what it
ever
was.
played 40K. I actually wanted to get into it back when I was tinier, and I got some noddles, and I started painting them. I was just pretty slow, so I was slowly painting them, and then when we moved, my parents just like fucking tossed them all, like these like at least like $200 of models, just tossed. And I'm like, well, fuck, I guess I'm not in 40K anymore, and then I never bought it again.
Man, if someone stole your Exodia, you'd fuck you'd if
Oh,
you
I
that
yeah.
if you were that type of kid and someone stole your Exodia, you wouldn't chip out. You'd fucking buy a gun and fucking kill them. If you're that serious of the cards, you would know. You'd know better. Don't fuck with a
Defoo your
man's
parents
Exodia.
over the Warhammer models.
I've never fucking heard of, or I've heard of it, but I've never even Google searched it. Just Google searched 40K.
It's just like little space marines and aliens and other shit that you paint, and then you play like this sort of like old style strategy game on a table. Uh, it's a fun little game, but is it a huge scam?
Is it?
It's
I will.
it's unlike Magic the Gathering, where your cards actually retain value and you can resell them very easily, and it's
Oh,
hard to damage them, and you can just shift them over the country very quickly. Warhammer 40K, you buy and paint your model, and unless it's like a fucking an artisan paint job, and you've handled them with care constantly, you're not going to get shit for reselling them. So it's a giant money sink. You can't
I
even
see.
cash out. Like if I wanted to, I could sell my Magic the Gathering collection and probably get like a cool $700, $800. But for if I had like Warhammer models from way back when, especially because of how they change and update shit, like I would get nothing for them.
What? You had a holographic Venusaur? That's how did you even manage to get your hands on that? It's
Yeah. The only game I played when I was smaller was Magic. Nobody actually had enough cards to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Or I mean, we had cards, but nobody bothered to learn the rules of Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon. So only Magic we played.
we see what we had was me and a few other kids. We always mooched off this one store where essentially they had a bum. Now, I'm going to say this, and I have the purest of trust that all of you people don't know who I am, so I'm going to say it freely. But we basically quartered the back door, and we just fucking mooch the the card packs once every week.
Of like Walmart.
No, it was just this. It's just a small corner store run by an Arab guy.
Oof. Well, I mean, whatever. That was a government-funded store. Stealing from it's not a bad thing.
Oh dear.
Anyone who understood Pokemon was ostracized. True. You could
I
also get
never
that money by getting a job. Well, I mean, we wouldn't worry about stop worrying about money so much. Worry about if people start shooting reporters. That's a quote.
I always played Street Pokemon. Do you know what Street Pokemon is?
What is fucking Street Pokemon?
No energy cards. You just fucking play your Pokemon. You attack whatever you attack. You do the evolution thing if you want to. That's it.
Dio's
That's
another
all you
degenerate
got.
who steals from Walmart. Fuck, so many. I've heard I've had met like a half a dozen people, or probably more than that. Like at least like 20 people who have admitted to me that they've stolen shit from Walmart, which is like I don't really. I mean, I don't. I understand like okay, it's Walmart, like whatever, but still, come on.
I don't think I've ever stolen anything from Walmart. I think maybe like there's been times where I accidentally forgot to take something out of the cart. I think that happens to everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I've had gone to the grocery store and gotten some free shit, or the self checkout spit extra money at me, and I'm not gonna like hand them the $20 back. Fuck that. But
Yeah.
the I'm not gonna like just grab something off the shelf and not pay for it.
Well, see, the problem is like if you have any worries like, oh no, I stole from Walmart or something gay like that. If anyone has ever been trained in Walmart, if you've ever worked at Walmart, literally the first day, what they say is, now listen, if you catch someone stealing something, don't even bother. We have enough shit. It's all accounted for. And like at least 10 of everything we have can be stolen as long as it isn't the electronic stuff that's wrapped up in the safety cord. They expect it.
I
They
mean, yeah,
know.
it's part. Well, it's part of operational costs. They have a margin of loss from stealing and breakage, and they just they take tank that shit uh, in their profits.
That being said, I never appreciate anyone who goes into the whole spiel of, they're a big company. You can just take if you want to, all this other bullshit, because I don't feel like it. You got to be a little bit principled. Like maybe if you're 15 or under, I can understand. You really want something, you're a child. You just fucking mooch it, I guess. But just, if you're an adult, have some principles.
Well, I mean, it's stupid. What do you need so desperately that you're gonna fucking steal?
Exactly. It's like maybe if you're like you literally have no dollars in your pocket, you have no cents, you have absolutely nothing. I can understand you maybe have the urge to take bread, but being completely honest, you shouldn't be in that position anyway.
Hey, yeah, Janice, if you ever want to play Magic the Gathering with me, there's a few applications that do it. One's called Cockatrice, and it has all the cards in the game. You just assemble whatever deck, and we can play. It's pretty quick, and as long as you like, the HUD it can be a little finicky, but I can teach you how to do it on that, and we can record and play a game if you want.
Yeah, or you can just go online. You can do it free.
Well, that's what I mean. Cockatrice is free. It's free.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I know there's some places that cost money, and I'll never understand it.
There's well, I mean, it's online. It's online gambling in the United States. I made like um about $50 on like $100 in, and then I cashed out and I put it in crypto and then I lost it. But I played Magic the Gathering online and made like 50% return over just playing and having a high win rate. So it's like fine.
The most I've ever made was I think I did five something on CS:GO, which
What's wrong with
everyone was.
Cockatrice, Tanner Caker? Is X Mage that much fucking better?
Oh dear, I've heard of Xmage. That's what my friend uses. Might be better.
Also, yeah, I kind of don't want to spend more money on Magic the Gathering cards in general, just because of how paused Wizards of the Coast have gotten. Uh, they're just super fucking paused. They need a fucking restructure, and they've
What are they doing?
needed a restructure for a while.
What are
Uh,
they doing that makes them paused?
oh, I mean, a whole bunch of shit. Like they ban players for being like
Uh,
right wing or toxic outside of the game store or game event,
uh,
and then
fuck.
they like their chats like super moderated and shit, and then there's rampant cheating in paper and Grand Prix, And then if the player is known or has a YouTube channel, you can just get away with fucking cheating on camera and stuff. And it's just the cash rewards for competing players are terrible. You have to be like this dyed in the wool, basically Wizards of the Coast shill to get any money from actually playing in events. It's just fucking terrible all around. And all the sets are filled with like black and brown women, um, instead of actual aesthetically pleasing fantasy people. And it just gets worse and worse with every fucking set. And it just hemorrhaging dollars every year, and it's completely paused.
Ugh. I remember there's a small game store nearby me. I think it was like 2 years ago. I stopped going because I remember like five kids were going in. They're really excited to play in a competition, and they literally got stopped at the door and they said, "I recognize your profile image. This is you, isn't it?" And he pulls up his smartphone. They go, "Yeah, what about it?" They just said, "We don't accept bigotry in this game store." They just fucking kicked him out, and the kids were like, I don't know, maybe 16 and 17. It's just fucking dumbest shit in the world.
I would have dropped my event and told you to fucking. I would have dropped the event, asked for a refund, and told them to fucking eat fucking dicks. If someone got kicked out for such a petty reason, like I've seen
I
people
would
get
feel
kicked
bad
out
for them.
for. I've seen people get kicked out for like being complete retards or like starting fights or nonsense like that. But I've never had that been paused, even playing the game stores that I did.
Well, the problem was is that it got replaced by the owner was this really cool guy, but he moved to Virginia,
Yeah. Then he hired
and
somebody.
yeah, what happened was this guy was he was so cool. Like even if you got into a fight or something, he was this big fucking muscle guy, and he always just came and he said, "Come on, it's just card game." He was great, right? And then when he left, this woman came in called fucking Cheryl, and she had a high voice like this.
Oy
And she
vey.
always said, you kids, I want you to play the games nice and quietly. We have customers." And it was fucking terrible. And I limited myself going because she was always at the cash
Oh
register.
yeah, it just takes one fucking asshat to ruin a game store, or make it fucking unbearable.
It was great, and they always had really fucking old games there, and they had these really cool books in the back.
Yeah,
They always stocked it with like really, really hard to find mangas and stuff. But then as soon as she came in, everything was just Superman shit. There's no more old games. All the card games were just new age shit, and it's like, ugh, ugh.
yeah. Yeah.
Rib cages were a mistake.
Oof.
That's
Dwarf was
awful.
saying that he doesn't have any hope for Magic the Gathering getting better or something. I have hope because all it takes is Hasbro losing enough money that they say fuck this, and then they just fire everybody and hire new people. It'll be very easy, and they could just do it whenever. But they just don't because they haven't lost enough money and they haven't bothered having to restructure. And if they continue making these shitty decisions, they're going to lose a shit ton of money. Secondary investors are going to panic and fucking put the fire under Hasbro, and they're going to restructure it because I don't think they give a fuck about all the people under them.
It's my biggest problem with anything that's like gaming related. You just have to have the a majority, not even a majority, like maybe 35% of the player base. Just has to not be fucking cucked. You just fucking if you don't like something, like The Last of Us 2, I have so many friends, ugh, that lesbian scene, right? I'm like, yeah, that's pretty gross. It's like I'm not buying it. Why aren't you buying the game? Everything else looked great. If you don't like something, then just don't be involved in it.
I mean, yeah, you're right, Dwarf. It's gonna get worse and worse, and less people will play the game, and their fucking stocks are gonna crash, and Hasbro will be like, wait a minute, we're losing all this fucking money that we used to make with Magic, and then they'll after that happens for like half a year, they'll fucking can everybody at the Magic department at Wizards and start anew. And it wouldn't be hard. The infrastructure's all there, and they're not gonna double down, Dwarf. They're a fucking Jewish gaming company.
I don't know. I mean, there's been
Magic is like
the
most of their revenue for
is
their
it
for their game division is Magic sales.
I guess I can see. I don't know. I've just kind of been disappointed in the mentality of people because you see everything left and right, people getting proven wrong, and then they double down.
They're in their
Uh,
accounting. Their biggest. I watched like this guy on YouTube, Alpha Investments, Rudy from Alpha Investments. He makes like these hilarious finance videos about like being a speculator in the Magic the Gathering market. And he did this one video talking about like how their accounting indicates how they do their accounting, and they tie Magic the Gathering into Monopoly, and basically he calculated that Monopoly is only like 1% of that number, and like most of it's fucking Magic the Gathering. It's basically a huge chunk of their game revenue. So like if it really starts fucking plummeting, they'll restructure.
I suppose. I'm not sure. I don't know when the end is going to be near. I suppose wise men would say that there will never be an end, but I'm just getting so fucking tired of it because
It's also
you know
tiresome.
back in the day, right? People made the complaint, and you can say whether it's valid or not. I say it isn't valid because I don't care about them as people, right? It's because I'm a bigot, I guess. But back in the day, people say, everyone there was nothing to enjoy for gay people or black people or whatever race or whatever you were. That wasn't the norm, right? They say back in the day it was hard for those people to get entertainment, but they just didn't get entertainment that was specified for them back then. Nowadays, not only are we getting entertainment that isn't specified for like me, but the entertainment is also targeting me and saying I'm an asshole. So it's just really tiresome. It's like I would prefer, it's like if they don't want to include me, fine. Let's hope the game is good. But it's not even that far. It's even farther than that. It's just, no, not only are we not including you, fuck your family, fuck your life, fuck your wallet, give us money.
Yeah. Another Sam Hyde quote. These people want to see you want you to see you go broke, dead, and your kids raped and brainwashed, and they think it's funny. Just remember that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if anything, you have all the Democrats who, not all of them, but the people who did, uh, talking about how this and this statement's wrong and that statement's wrong. And then months later, hey, that kid you have, Donald Trump, he looks pretty cute. It'd be a shame if anything happened to him. And they just say it
Yeah,
dead
yeah.
ass.
I know. I think I'm not. I've talked about this before on another BYR stream about how it's terrible now with the fucking mind pause of like the boomer generation and like Silicon Valley and all these fucking retards who believe in the stupid mind pause cult. But it might like there's nothing profitable at mind pause. And once new money started, like, and new money is fucking crypto. And once all the fucking people who made it big off crypto like start actually investing in the businesses and shit, like culture will shift back to center, and then it will shift right. And the companies that are run by these people who are actually rational human beings and not like fucking cucking to some goofiness to to make less money, they're gonna make more money, and they're gonna have to compete these shitty companies, and the shitty companies are gonna die. It'll just take a while.
What I'm doing is I'm waiting for, I forget what company it's called, maybe but do you know about the Chinese company that owns like essentially like 48% of all video game franchises?
Tencent.
Yes. I'm just waiting for them to get utter majority stock so they can, since they're Chinese, they don't care about anything but the money that they get, right?
What do
So
they
I'm
own?
just
Wizards? They own Hasbro or something?
they own Microsoft, Sony,
They don't.
well,
Own,
not
they don't own Microsoft and Sony. What the fuck are you talking about?
yeah, they
They have
have share
shares. Well, I
percents.
mean, everyone has shares of everyone. What do
Well, that's
you?
what I mean. They have more shares in more companies than anyone else.
Well, Tencent is a giant Chinese behemoth, and it's hilarious. But someone asked,
I'm
"What do
just
you
waiting
think
for them
about
to
net
pull through.
decking?" Well, here's the thing: people like whine about net decking, and I agree that the game would be more fun if like net decking never occurred. But it's just not realistic to think about it that way. And all net decking really is someone sits down and a bunch of people like collectively solve a problem. Like they solve like the making a good deck is like a mathematical problem, and it'll just get solved with the internet. and that solution will just be sitting there, and you can try to come up with something with like your own, but it's usually not going to be anywhere close to that fucking solution that the aggregate has come up with, and then you're going to use the net deck. But and that's just how things work. So if you want something more creative, you should play like a more like a lower power format like Pauper or Commander, or like just local casual tabletop with your friends. But if it's competitive, net decking is fine. It's exactly what you should do. You should net deck, and then you should change out a few cards for your metagame so you can win more.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with it. It's like Street Fighter and all this other stuff. They exploit the system to its full extent. Like every competition thing does that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong about net decking.
Yeah, I can see it, but you know, at the same time, it's like if you have a problem with it, just don't be in that crowd. It's just part of a competition. Like in football,
Yeah,
everyone is at their peak performance, and it's like, yeah, but I kind of want to do these types of plays. Well, fine, you can do that in your own hobby football game. It's just, I don't know. Why not? Why not just accept that competitions are competitions and that people are going to be as maxed out as they can?
and that's the thing, is that if you're good at the game, you could still win even if you're piloting a shitty ham sandwich deck. Because usually a lot of the people who just net deck, they're dumb, and they just misplay the whole deck the entire time. You just win.
Well, that's why I say like Street Fighter, they have every single exploit, or more appropriately, I guess Smash Brothers, where they have all these different systems in play. They can do things that no one else can do because they completely and totally exploited every single little bit of the system.
Yeah,
But you still have to be on point. You still have to do everything correctly, just like net decking. You can exploit the system, but you still have to do everything
yeah.
right.
Like my decks I play are solidly tier 2. They're not like super competitive. They're good. They're just not super competitive. But I've won like my fair share of events. Like I had like a 30% rate of like getting first or second place at my events. So it's fine. Like I didn't have like Smash. I didn't have Snapcasters or Tarmogoyfs or any like the super money cards. I just outplayed my opponents with the strategies I had. Um, what is Netrunner? Oh.
Oh, I guess no one likes Smash. You know what?
Yeah, Smash is fucking for gay babies. To be honest, not a real fighting game.
It's
Not a real fighting
I don't
game.
remember. I don't remember the term that my friend came up with.
Party game.
No, it was because it isn't. I wouldn't call it a party game. Everything can be called a party game, but I forget what he specifically called it. It's just, I don't know. I like Smash more because there's just more you can do with it, I guess.
Nah,
But
I
it's
like
all an
Marvel
opinion.
games. To be honest, fam, those are real
Well,
fighting
yeah.
games.
I mean, again, you can have fun with your penis stick,
What do you
jerk it all around.
What do you mean? I got a hidden missiles mix you up. 100-0
Oh,
Lamau.
oh dear,
Dark
you're going to
Phoenix.
zero me. You're going to zero my XP, and I can
Mm-hmm.
do nothing about it because that's the point of the game.
Foot dive.
How dare you? How dare you foot dive in my presence? I'm a leg dive man.
Yeah, Marvel 3 is a great game. I haven't played it recently on PC. I hope there's people still playing.
You know what's a great game? Marvel versus Capcom Infinite. Wonderful.
Don't even remind me of the fact because I own that game.
Wonderful game. I really appreciate it when a company gives you story cutscenes and they flagrantly show you characters that you have to spend $4.99 on to play
Yeah,
as.
that's so cucked. And what's
I really
worse is
appreciate that.
after the game fucking flopped and it just become a nonsense. It's not like they released the DLC characters for free. They still got to pay fucking full DLC capture price. That's like, come on.
Exactly. It's and
They didn't even try to recover the game from the fucking the pits of failure that it ended up in. They didn't give a fucking flying shit.
and then on top of that, did you see the whole farce of what Do you know why Marvel v. Capcom Infinite isn't in more game competitions like national ones?
Because Capcom stopped supporting it.
Not only that, but the only official way that they will recognize you playing it in a competition is if you use the Stone IRL gimmick. Do you know what that is?
I don't think that's the case. I think that was just their one-off thing that ended up failing, and they just stopped supporting the game after that. They were still if the game was at Evo, it'd just be a normal tournament.
I guess, but like what they were doing for the small ones was
Well,
just
no,
stupid.
it was. I mean, they were just major tournaments, and you won this little stone that let you do something. It was just a fun little gimmick, but they fucked up the execution like royally. And then the final tournament was like a sham. Its Filipino champ like had like an extra month of the game,
Yeah.
and then they didn't even play on the new patch, which would have like nerfed all the nonsense these people were up to and have actually shown who the best player was. And then it was just a fucking a whole farce, and nobody actually showed up to watch it. And then Capcom's like, oh, no more esports and dead game, and fucking bye bye MVCI. Even though the game is fun, it's good, fun, good game.
Yeah. Now, here's a question that I ask everybody that brings up esports, right? How do you feel about the title esports?
I mean, it's gay, just like real sports, so I don't really see the difference. It's fine.
Okay. I'm the person. I'm of opinion. It shouldn't be called esports. It should be called the gaming competitions. That's just my opinion. I don't know why. Esports triggers me.
Why? I mean, it's, like sports is a fucking is just like sponsored niggardry. Not really sports, and esports is just sponsored Koreans. So I mean, whatever.
Esports killed gaming. How did esports kill gaming
Now,
exactly?
here's the thing, and I will stand by this. Modern video gaming died on the release of Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
What year was that actually?
I don't know. I don't. I think '06 around that time. I mean, that might be a little too late. I
Modern
thought it
Warfare.
was '06. It was the introduction of the leveling up system to unlock things uh, that destroyed multiplayer for every video game in that existed. And once this is in every video game, then every other type of video game like fell off, and nobody even made them. Like, they didn't even try to make like a game that was fun enough that people just wanted to keep playing the multiplayer. They just wanted you to fill these little bars and level up and get your little unlock and get your little cosmetic and all this other shit. And once that this sort of adding unlocks into video games every time, like making everything a fucking RPG, all multiplayer games became shit, and thus all video games became shit. I mean,
Well,
yeah,
I kind of became disenfranchised like just a month or two ago. Have you ever played the game God Hand?
yeah.
So, and I don't know, maybe I'm just not playing enough independent Japanese games, but games just don't feel like they're like we have a bunch of really good graphics. We have a bunch of, well, I mean, let's be honest here, in terms of actual animation, we're still not at a very good level. But we have good graphics as it is right now. We have a lot of money for set pieces and all this other stuff. Yet you can look at a like a Sonic the Hedgehog game from 2005 and see more set pieces and explosions and cool shit going on than like a modern action game.
Well, the thing
Come
is,
on.
technology has increased. Game development competency has decreased. It used to be gaming. It used to be a tinier industry, especially PC gaming, where there was just these little companies with these crack teams of programmers and artists, and they would push the boundaries of the technology they had, and they would make this like artful, thoughtful, interesting experience. But once it became bigger, once it became just like the Hollywood Jew, everything became decided by committee. Everything is like just this soulless giant CGI mess, and nobody. It's not made by uh, actual people, and it just turns out to be shit. And I think me and Leo talked about this before. It was there's no AA games left. Like it's either AAA Ubisoft fucking Assassin's Creed garbage, or it's indie game 20 pixel graphics trash. So there's no in between, and there's none of that thing where you can actually have a technically competent, well done, creative game that actually is fun to play.
Please, oh baby, don't go.
Stop.
I'm sorry.
Stop.
I had to do. You know what? You know what? You know what? I don't care. I don't. I like Kingdom Hearts. I like it. It's fun childhood memory. Do I watch it now and not cringe? Absolutely not. I look at it and I'm embarrassed. I like the game. I liked it back then. I like my memories of it. I don't care. Will I play Kingdom Hearts 3? Probably not. Probably won't even buy it. I don't care. I like the first one.
I mean, okay. Your Disney, did you like the Disney Final Fantasy fan fiction? That game?
Okay, so back then I didn't even know what Final Fantasy was.
Alright, so you liked the
So
Disney X Men in Leather Coats that game?
yes. Well, boys, but yes. I'll be honest with you, right? I just really liked I liked anything that had swords in it because I was a preteen. I liked the game.
Alright, I know people make fucking fun of me to play Fortnite, but name another multiplayer arena shooter that is playable. I'll gladly go play that.
Okay, so I'll defend you here, right? You cannot judge a game by its community. Fortnite is fine. It's fine. It's actually fine. It's better than PUBG. It's a game.
Fortnite
It's a game.
actually.
Why does everyone have a problem with games? Everyone has a problem with games now. Fortnite's a fucking game. It's a video game. It's fun to play. You could just play it and ignore a story or whatever. It is fucking fine. Stop ragging on Fortnite.
I mean, the thing about Fortnite is it formed organically in terms of it was just like a cheap cash in that wasn't even intended. Like the game designers didn't even intend to make their crappy zombie game into a battle royale. They just did it for a cash in, and then it just happened because of the building mechanic, plus like decent arcadey gunplay. It's just like, oh, new genre created, and it's fun. It's just a fun little game. I think the building can get fucking gay sometimes because you're just like fucking frantically building up and like building a tower and just worrying when someone's gonna jump down on you. It's kind of goofy, but it's kind of fresh. It's like it's a new test of skill that's new to arena shooters.
I mean, you know, I personally, as far as Fortnite goes, I played it once. I haven't really had I just haven't really wanted to pick it up again, right? But when I played it, it was fine. It's you know, it's a game,
It's not terrible.
and it's
I
free.
played a lot of PUBG too. Yeah, Fortnite's free. PUBG is not free. I own PUBG. I haven't played it in so long just because like I played so much of that game. I think I got all I wanted out of it. Even though the new map came out, I didn't really have any desire to go back.
Well, the second PUBG came out, I got reminded of H1Z1, and I just got all those horrible memories flooding back in my head, and I didn't even bother picking it up.
Titanfall 2, huh? But isn't that made by EA? I don't give fucking EA money.
I heard.
Or Activision? Who fucking knows?
I heard Titanfall 2 was good, but it is EA, so I didn't buy it.
And I've paid the Fortnite developers $0 and 0 cents, and it's still a fun game. And I regret buying PUBG because they're a bunch of fucking South Korean Jews.
They are, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Bluehole is a fucking terrible company.
I don't know. All I know is that Dr. Disrespect came out of PUBG, and that's one of the worst fucking people on earth.
What do you got against the doc, buddy?
What do I got against the doc? I don't know. Maybe every time I've ever clicked
Stupid
on a
fucking
video of
mistakes,
his
man.
that said super funny,
I just want to
it
be
was the most
transparent
boring
here.
shit in the world.
Uh, yeah, I don't know. His gimmick seems like it'd be really fun if I was like 12 or like 10. But beyond that, and I think that's probably where most of his audience is. Like, wow, it's this guy with the fucking glasses, like a mustache, and like being toxic. But now that I'm not 12, it's like not entertaining to me. But I imagine that's where most of his audience comes
Yeah. And to have everyone keep up on the news, yes, PUBG did sue Fortnite for
They
intellectual
tried to
property.
sue Epic Games, and it got laughed out of court.
Yeah.
And
Well, we don't know if it actually
no,
got
it's already
laughed
gotten
out of court.
it's already been settled out of court. I thought.
Yeah. But basically, the most popular theory of how it went down was since Fortnite and PUBG have the same uh, producer or whatever it is, the same
Engine.
person who backed it. They basically came down and said, "Hey, my children, settle the fuck down," and so they did. And now it's all over, and PUBG has a whole lot less credibility, and they didn't get anything from it.
My 9-year-old cousin loves Fortnite. That's the average Fortnite player. Well, yeah, but I get stuck in the MMR where everyone's a fucking like autistic Halo vet, and they just like the instant you shoot at them, they build like the fucking Tower of Babylon. You gotta like build, counter build, and do these fucking gay maneuvers and window shits to get the one up on them. Actually, shotgun them. So I think there is a matchmaking system, and I have not seen like Fort Babby in a long time.
Here, well, you know what? Uh, Everything would be solved if we just got ourselves a age verifier. That way, you just put your age as 10 years old, and all the other 10-year-olds can put their age as 20 because that's what they do. And you'll have a whole
Well,
bunch of other
getting rid of
grown-ups with you.
anonymity on the internet.
Well, it wouldn't be getting rid of anonymity. It would just be asking you to put down your age without any form of verification.
Yeah, RTS have been dead ever since MOBAs got popular, and RIP, I guess. Never coming back. Warcraft 4 is never going to be made. Stop hoping.
I never played Warcraft. I always thought, but then I saw the graphics and I just got out of it. I don't like that cartoony style.
Did
I
did
really
Oive Watch kill anything? I just think it is Oive Watch even fucking successful? Like it seems like the game was a complete forced meme. Like actual video game players didn't like for Overwatch, but then Blizzard threw like $500 million of marketing at it, and now like a bunch of normies play it. Because I know like every fucking person I know who plays competitive shooters is like, wait a minute, this game's fucking shit and boring. I don't want to play it. And
Well, yeah, all my experiences with Overwatch was friends who played Overwatch and then asked me about TF2. And then they just played TF2
TF2
with me.
instead. Yeah, like the game, it could have been great if they tweaked the design. Like there's just the base design is fundamentally flawed, and I think I've said this a number of times. It's just the ultimates ruin the game, and they ruin the flow of the game, and they make it not a fun arena shooter, and it's just a casual game, and so you don't want to play it. You don't want to try and be competitive because it's just like, ooh, running with 6 ultimates. Ooh. So you stop. And the only people who I know play Overwatch are like fucking normies who aren't even good at shooters.
Mhm. You know, someone raises a point. Only women play Overwatch. To that I say, those aren't women. They have penises.
Oof. Let's see. Yeah, CS:GO. I also never was a big fan of Counter Strike, just because I like my shooters to have intricate movement systems where I can juke out my opponents. In Counter Strike, you have to like just squat like you're taking a fucking emergency shit, so the recoil doesn't like fly into orbit, and you can actually shoot somebody. It's so boring. and I just don't like it.
The only time I ever played CS:GO was like I think I played it for like a day or two, and the only reason why I did that was because my friend introduced me to the skin gambling.
Fucking 13-year-old boomer gambling knives. The image of that
True.
is fucking
It's true.
hilarious to me. Like I can just like imagine some like pimply 13-year-old kid with like a fake mustache and glasses holding a white monster gambling knives on like a CS:GO website. That's like a fucking hilarious image.
I miss the days of Peach Fuzz kids.
Peach
You would like
fuzz
make fun of.
kids.
Yeah, you fucking make fun of them. You call them, "Hey, Peachy."
Well, bullying is wrong.
Yes, that's what they tell me.
No bullying.
But bullying's fun.
CSGO is
Now,
more about positioning and strategy. It's more about memorizing recoil patterns, which is fucking stupid and autistic.
who buys the expensive knives? Now, here's the real fucked up shit. The people who buy the knives are just waiting to sell them at a higher price.
Yeah.
No one actually wants
Well,
it.
that's true of like all of these collectible little things. It's people are just speculating on.
It's like Bitcoin, right?
Like
It's like
Magic the
at this
Gathering,
point,
Bitcoin, CSGO knives.
anyone, and this, I guess, this pretty much goes for anything. As soon as there's an article on something, it's gone by. You're not going to make as much as you would have.
Fucking Dawn of War 3. Don't even. Yeah, I agree with Constantine. Don't fucking remind me that exists. That game. Like, how could this happen? Like, Dawn of War 2 was pretty great fun. It had some issues, but it was good. And then they just fucking shit the bed. Like, the game company just is like, whoops, and they just fail. Fall on their face.
You know what's a good game? League of Angels. Play it.
Oh, fuck. No. Stop.
Play it. Come on. You'll only last 5 minutes, or that's what they tell
I
me.
mean, Dawn of
Because
War
the game's so
2
good.
was the MOBA meme, but it was well done because, like, you just had your little hero unit and you had your other units, and that was it. You just maneuvered around the map, and you got your upgrades, and you could have your hero unit save the day and do some cool shit. But you had to actually maneuver them around the map, and it was like interesting and tactical.
Open world. Are you of the opinion that open world games are trash?
Well, I would say they don't have not inherently like there's nothing inherently wrong with an open world game. It's just that like dozens and dozens of shitty, trashy open world games have been produced, making them seem like they're bad.
Okay, now follow up question. Did you did you at any point play Breath of the Wild?
Yeah,
So on a level of like 1 to 10, like where would you compare it to other Zelda games?
honestly I hate Zelda games,
Okay.
and Breath of the
So
Wild
was
is
it like
is
a
like one of the only ones I played all the way through. I actually
okay,
enjoyed
so
it.
you were more of a you liked it more because it was
So I am
different.
a Zelda new fag. I like Breath of the Wild.
Okay. Because my problem is it's just such
Yeah,
a
it's people say it's not a Zelda game, but I never liked Zelda games. I thought like I don't fucking care about saving the stupid princess, and the gameplay is fucking shit. And I have to like slog through this dungeon by myself. I don't even get like a level up bar. Nah, I'm out.
yeah. See, that's my problem with it is it's great because you don't have the dungeons, but you also don't like I don't know how, but somehow there isn't as much splendor to Breath of the Wild in comparison to like Twilight Princess or something.
I
I
mean,
know,
there's the
I
you're
know.
right. The set pieces they feel jankier because they have to be playable out of order. But I liked all the set pieces from the game, except for some of them felt lazy. Like the Bird Village
Yeah,
one was really lazy, but the other ones were fine. Like the desert one was cool. The volcano shit had some interesting parts, and then the water one was fine. It was just the 1/4 of the game was like underdeveloped and rushed.
yeah. The only thing I actually liked out of the game was the Goron story where you're going with the rock guys. That was the only part I actually enjoyed.
Oh,
Everything else was
you
kind of
didn't like cross dressing to sneak into a a fucking
Jesus
town
Christ.
so you can talk to the lolly queen and get your quest. I found that part fucking hilarious.
It was pretty, like when I saw that, right? Sadly, I didn't get to see it myself because someone linked me to an article about it before I was able to get to that section.
And you
So
dropped it?
no, I didn't drop it. It was fucking hilarious to me.
Oh,
I thought
yeah.
they were taking the piss out of it. Like a bunch of people
Oh.
said it was
Well,
inclusive
well,
and
the thing
shit, but
is,
I thought they were
faggots
just making fun.
always draw gay porn a link anyways. So the game might as well just give you a fucking cross dressing out.
Yeah. See, I thought it was funny because it's just taking the piss out of it. So you just have some fucking guy with a fucking beard under a fucking
Yeah,
under a shawl
like it's very
saying fucking
clearly a
funny
gay
shit in the world.
caricature giving you cross dressing clothes. It's a base Japan, fucking just making fun of the gays.
I love it. I love that. Like, this is the best. I wish more people were able to make fun of the gays. It was so much fun back when we could make fun of gay people. They're funny people.
Yeah, MGS5 definitely. I can see how like if you because MGS5 if it wasn't called Metal Gear Solid 5 and it was just like this open world shooter. Like if MGS5 was Mercenaries 3, everyone would love that game. But since it's MGS5, everyone hates it.
With MGS5, I actually like the first two missions. I stopped the
Yeah.
game and I made a vow that I would wait until there was a mod that got rid of the title sequences
A
because that
Hideo
fucking shit
Kojima
was the
game
most annoying in the world.
produced
It's like,
by Hideo Kojima,
yeah, and not only
directed
that, it's
by
like
Hideo
you know
Kojima.
what's really cool about a movie or a game or anything, any type of narrative story. You know what's
Yeah.
just the best? When you go into it and you're surprised. You're like, whoa, look at that guy, or whoa, look at this thing, or hey, that's pretty cool. Hey, it's a Metal Gear. That's
Featuring
awesome,
Metal Gear.
right? And the surprise is the best part of
Yeah.
it.
Like
And then
you
as
get
you're
to the
going
mission
through,
to fight the fucking Metal Gear and it's like at the start featuring Metal Gear. Wait, what?
yeah, and then they fucking cut it in the middle of it, and then you have to start a whole new fucking mission.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that. I don't know what game started that HBO fucking bullshit.
I've never seen it in any other game. It's just this stupid autism thing that Hideo Kojima implemented into his video game.
Hideo
Never
Kojima,
been
I
done
don't know
before.
about him. I don't know about him because I like his games. I like the narrative. I like how stupid it is, and I like how much it works. I like how he can make it stupid, but it still works somehow. I like it. I
Yeah,
like it a lot. But
people
goddamn, he's
complain
so annoying.
people complain about the Jeep ride scene. I thought it was fucking Kino.
It was.
I thought the Jeep ride scene where they just go quiet and they just have to sit there in silence. I'm like, this is
That's what I
actually
like.
what would happen if they
Yeah,
got
that's,
into
that's
the
what I
car with the
thought.
truck with each other. And I'm
I don't
like,
know what
huh,
people's problems were. That was funny. That's
what?
what I like about that's what I like about his games. I like how funny shit happens, but it works in the universe.
Yeah,
So it's like not like you just fucking put a
like
hot air balloon on someone's back and you launch
the
it at it
point where
at like
there's
400
yeah.
miles an hour.
Besides the goofiness of like the Fulton system, like the most Kojima story moment was them just sitting across from each other in the fucking truck for 5 minutes. That and like the stupid yelling Skullface did. But like the rest of the story felt a little too fucking serious and boring compared to the rest of MGS, so I just wasn't really too invested.
Well, funnily enough, the most entertaining part of Metal Gear Solid 5 was the sick bay arc, which was also the most linear part of Metal Gear Solid
What
5.
do you know?
How strange and bizarre.
Anyways, the people were saying, "What's it? All open world games are shit." But I was reminded by myself of two open world games that are really good: Mercenaries One, and Mercenaries Two. Those are some really fucking fun open world games. They get it. They get the action sandbox right. Because you can just go around killing shit, collecting like money, stealing vehicles.
Well,
Uh,
yeah, it's always been the dream, the gaming dream, to just go somewhere and just do whatever you want, wherever you want. Right? That's always been the dream.
yeah,
But people fuck it up. with these little fucking shitty tidbits that go here and there.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I don't want that. I just want to go. I want you to give me a linear story, but also let me go wherever I want.
The original Mercenaries was a great game. I don't think many people played it. Also, yeah, the Stalker games are also good open world story games.
Oh yeah, I remember Stalker. I rented that for a while.
The original Mercenaries, you're literally just like this mercenary inserted into North Korea, and you just have to like you run an entire campaign to destroy North Korea. And you have to go to different faction bases to like get missions. So you can either side with the Chinese, the Americans, well, not the Americans, but the UN. You could side with the South Koreans, the Chinese, the UN, and I think there's one faction I'm forgetting. It might be maybe the Russians. No, I think that's all. I think there's only 3 factions. But you can side with like whatever country you want to help win the war, and then you just go through and you fucking nuke North Korea. There's this huge open North Korea world full of like North Korean soldiers, and you just go around and like you can steal their anti-air tanks and shoot them all and like bring that back. And you can like collect money and get like special airstrikes and shit. And it was published by LucasArts, so you could go around and find little collectibles that turned you into Star Wars characters and other things. Like you could change your skin. It was just a great game. It was on the original Xbox, and I think it was maybe another console. And then Mercenaries 2, the sequel, was like more of the same. It was good.
Yeah, but I think this all goes back to the problem that you said before. At a certain point, games stop being good. So like, open world isn't the problem. It's just that new age
developers have. Yeah, the studio that made it, Pandemic, has folded, so we're not getting another one. Feels bad. Just like the studio who made one of my favorite shooter games ever, Time Splitters, has also folded, and we'll never get Time Splitters 4. And I feel fucking that out of all the games that'll never come out, that one hurts the fucking most because I love Time Splitters.
Hey, well, you know what? At least you'll get Psychonauts 2, right?
Oh, fuck that game. Fuck the guy who made it. Fuck Double Fine. They should all suck on a fucking pike and impale their heads.
You want to know something funny about that guy?
Yeah.
Do you know that he literally stole 90% of the source code from a SpongeBob game to make Psychonauts?
Oof.
Play SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom. Like, you just emulate it. Play it for like 5 minutes.
What year was that released? It plays
exactly the same.
I thought Psychonauts was released first, though.
It was, but he had direct ability to get it. Hold on, I'm going to look up specifically.
Sounds like a goofy conspiracy, but I'm willing to believe it. Has no one in chat played the Mercenaries games? Feels bad. Or the Time Splitters games? Those are some great console-only exclusives. The retardation of fan base.
Yeah, so SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom 2003, Psychonauts 2005. Here's another tidbit. Psychonauts took 2 years to make.
Huh. Makes you think. But wasn't Battle for Bikini Bottom like a terrible game?
Wasn't Psychonauts a terrible game?
I mean, that's true.
But no, if you play both of them, the jumping mechanics, the fucking every single little bit just is so fucking similar. It's all completely. Another thing is that guy, Tim fucking Schafer, he's just such a fucking scumfuck. Everything he does has some kind of ulterior motive.
And Mercenaries 2 is good. Now, people say, if you like Mercenaries, you should play Just Cause. Now, the reason I don't like Just Cause is fine. It's just, and it's not because I'm a racist who hates spics, or the protagonist is a spic. It's just that I don't care about saving these South American people from like an oppressive dictator. So I don't care for playing for the missions. At least in Mercenaries 2, you're rampaging through Venezuela, but you're doing it so you can get a bunch of fucking oil money. for your fucking bank account. You don't care what happens in Venezuelan people, and just like when you're fighting the North Koreans, like you don't care who wins the North Korean geopolitics war. You're just trying to make a fucking buck. That's what I like about it.
So let's all sit down and make peace while we play Metal Wolf Chaos, a game I think we can all care about.
It's kind of forced meme.
No, it isn't. It's actually great.
Forced meme.
It's the only
Look,
game that was accidentally.
look, it's literally being marketed as a forced meme.
Yes, I know. That's why I like it.
No,
Because I'm one of the people who made it a forced meme like
look,
5 years
dwarf.
ago.
If I play that, then I'm admitting that forced meme marketing works, and I can't do that. That's not allowed.
I don't even care. I don't care if no one buys it and they make a gigantic flop. I actually don't care
You know what game
because
I
I like
fucking
the
miss?
game.
I miss fucking Chrome Hounds.
Oh shit! I haven't
Anyone,
heard that name in a
anyone
while.
play that? That's the name I haven't heard in a long time. I miss fucking Chrome Hounds, where you just made these nasty ass mechs and battled on these giant open things, and it would cost you like $1,000,000 zenny bucks, and you'd be like, "Fuck," when you lost the battle. And then you had to repair your mech and make like a shitty one out of scrap because you had no fucking money.
Mhm. These are the pains of a gamer, a true gamer.
Exactly.
I miss it so much.
Maybe Ace
I
Combat
miss it.
7 will save the day.
Yes, it will. It will truly save the day
I honestly almost
with
kind
its.
of want to get a VR headset for Ace Combat 7.
Oh God. You know what we need more of? Segmented games. When I think of a game, I think
You want like missions
I
and
think yes.
that you can
I
do,
want a little bit at a time because I'm so
so you
fucking
can save
autistic.
it and stop and go do something productive with your life.
Yes. Because
Nice.
when I play a game, I don't want to play it all in one go or enjoy as much of it as I want to. I want the game to tell me, no, now it's time to stop. Go sleep and have a good night's sleep and dream of giant cocks ramming you up your ass. That's what I want. I want
Ugh.
that out of a game. I want the developer to tell me when to stop because I paid for a full game and
I would
they want to
if
let me know that
they
I
what they
did.
should do. They should remake all the fucking Ace Combat games on PC with VR, and they might actually do it, and that would be hilarious. If I could fucking fly in Mobius 1 and with like a full VR headset, and then just hear like the comm chatter, and it'd be HD, I'd be like, yes. Now this is fucking video game. Now
Yeah.
this is pod racing.
I just want a good Star Fox. That's all.
Oh, you're never getting that.
I know. I'm depressed. Depresses me every day. I wake up and I go, smells like a Star Fox kind of day. I check Nintendo and they just slap me in
Why,
the face.
why would you fucking trust Nintendo fraud or anything?
Why? Why would I trust Nintendo? Because they're Japanese and the Japanese
No,
aren't shipping at
well,
all.
as far as if you look at Japanese companies, Nintendo is the most Jewish, fraudulent Japanese company out of all of them. They started as like a fucking cigarette gambling business, and they continue as a shitty mascot gambling business.
Yeah, I mean, it's why everything like the I had never loved Nintendo. I only like the major all the games I ever played were on Nintendo consoles until like maybe 10 years ago. So my whole childhood was all Nintendo game stuff whenever I did play games. So
You
I
know
don't
things are
have that.
fucking bad when the only games you're looking for are either made by From Software or are like vaporware made by Hideo Kojima. That's when you know things are bad.
Hey, whoa. Firm software is pretty key.
I mean, they're fine, but I mean, just because they're the only developer that can make a video game that is fun to play in the current year, doesn't mean that the rest of the of the industry isn't a fucking trash fire.
No, man, here, listen. This is all that needs to happen. Okay. Sonic Adventure 3 games will be fixed.
Is Demi Fiend going to be in DMC5? I still got confused at the DMC5 trailer. Like a fucking boomer, like a game journalist boomer. I'm like, is that fucking Dante with white hair? And
I don't know. That was what I was confused by. I never played Devil May Cry 4. I
yeah,
had to look that shit up. I'm like, oh,
it's
there
not
is a.
Dante. They should have made it clear at the very start of the trailer so people weren't confused.
They should have just not had his hair and face look like that guy's.
Yeah. Well, I
It's
mean,
just
it just that's narrow. What I guess that's what narrow happens to look like. It was just fucking
he
a
didn't. He
coincidence
didn't. He
that
didn't.
they.
His
Well,
face
why did
looked.
they? Yeah, why did they make him look like the Dante guy?
He literally his hair wasn't like that. His hair was like kind of. It was kind of like Sora's hair from Kingdom Hearts, but less big, and his face was more sleek, and it had that pointy chin kind of thing that went on. And then they just made him have the full Dante look. I don't know
I
what.
know all you people are looking forward to playing Boomer Dante.
Oh boy. And hey, there's a pretty smoking hot mechanic chick. I hear those are popular.
It looks like a 56% woman was like the main woman.
Literally, she is. She's literally just there to like get money from him and fix his arm. This is what she's there for. Uh,
Should I play RE7? I like RE5.
do it. Just do it. Who cares?
Oh, well, not RE7, RE6.
Yeah, just do it.
Hmm.
I mean, RE6 is better than RE5,
Is it
so kind of.
really?
Yeah,
I heard it was
kind of.
panned compared to RE5. People didn't like RE5, but they found that they liked it more than RE6.
People don't really know what they want because the opinions have shifted so many times.
Because I don't mind the action style Resident Evil. Because I was never like autistically in love like Leo is about the old Resident Evil. So I like the actiony, like the more intense actiony one. The problem is,
My
well, maybe
favorite
it's
is
just because
RE4.
I'm playing on PC. I bought RE5 and played it like bro op with one of my buddies on PC not too long ago, and it's so fucking easy on. It's like fucking piss easy to just get the headshot after headshot. Um,
Yeah.
Play RE5 with Leo Jeff and carry him on PC. That sounds fun. I could just like fucking sick flick all the zombies, and Leo will be like, "No, Jeff, we're supposed to be playing a horror game."
My favorite game is and always will be RE4 in the Resident Evil franchise because you know what? Fuck it. I think it's a perfect game.
I mean, it definitely is harder and more intense than RE5.
It's just it's paced so well and it does so many things that shouldn't work, but they totally work. And it's so corny. I like
Yeah.
if I were to give it a rating, I would actually rate it 10 out of 10. I don't think anything would improve it.
Did you notice a complete lack of any new IPs from the last E3? Like,
No, there was. Oh, wait, no, that actually is a recreation. I was going to say that Samurai game, but that's actually a redo of a game from 2004.
oh yeah, there was Cyberpunk, but I'm talking about like there's no like Dead Space. There's no like original like new IP game and with a little bit of budget, and we're gonna push like a new angle or something. And none of that fucking shit. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, no, I think Star Citizen. That was a new
Star
IP.
Citizen. What do you mean new IP? The game's been in development for 5 years. It's
Hey, hey,
basically
can
an
we
ancient
consider
game. That
new?
Scam Citizen isn't even a game.
And now I'm sure you'll start a fight with someone by saying that.
I've said it many times, but now my friend who bought into Star Citizen is beginning to agree with me, and he
Of
is now
course.
starting to call it Scam Citizen.
Of course. Who's going to be I mean, I can understand people being idiots, right? Everyone you see something, you
Yeah,
get really enamored, it's fine. You can accept it in your heart. But anyone who thinks Star Citizen isn't a scam by at least a year of wanting Star Citizen, they're idiots.
Is there a new mecha franchise on the PC, Crooked Tuna? Because I'm not buying a
Oh,
fucking PlayStation
there is a
4.
there is a new mecha coming out on the Switch.
I'm not
It's a
buying a fucking
sequel.
Nintendo Switch.
Who cares? They can. They're boomers. They'll enjoy it. It's a sequel to something called Gunner Force that came out on the Wii. It looks like it's going to be great.
Interesting. I still
But
have a
it's
Wii
just
U, so I'm not spending anything on Nintendo projects for at least a decade.
I'm probably not going to buy a Switch.
Yeah.
I still
Did you buy a
haven't.
Wii U?
I did
My
because of
condolences.
Smash. My cousin wanted Smash, so I got it for him. Then he moved away and he forgot it,
I
so
mean,
now I have it.
it's kind of a weird feeling owning a console that gets like Dreamcasted.
Yeah,
Like,
I have. Let me see.
and
I have
I
five.
complain about this all the time, but it's just like they could have. The Switch is the Wii U is like the perfect console for a SRPG,
It is.
and
It
they never
really
made
is.
one. They never made
It
a Fire
really
Emblem
is.
game. They never made a fucking Tactics Ogre game. But
The Switch is perfect for, and I said that, and I wanted it for so
the
long.
Wii U,
But the
yeah,
Wii U, yeah, I'm sorry, the Wii U is fucking perfect for it. Just make
it's
DS
literally
type
made
games.
for it. It's
Just make DS type games where you have the bottom screen and the top screen. It's that simple.
exactly.
And I was so frustrated that literally the
Just
only
make a
thing that
fucking little map you can move the units on, and then high fidelity 3D on your Wii U screen. That's all you fucking
exactly
need to do. Why didn't they fucking do it? Those stupid
because it's
Japanese
Nintendo.
Jews. Fuck those guys.
They were too busy. They were too busy peddling their amiibos.
The only SRPG you can play on the Wii U is fucking old Fire Emblem games.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I could crack it and I could play like Fire Emblem ROMs or something, but like, Jesus.
Yeah. You know, the problem I had with the Switch when it first came out, and I knew it was, I didn't have any problem. I didn't have actual problems because it was the smarter thing to do. But my problem when they came out with the Switch was how thin it was. Because just make it a little thicker and you can fit a bigger processor, you can have a
Thick.
bigger battery, just make it thicker, just make it bigger. But no, then you don't have, then all of the fucking people who like fucking slim looking tablets are going to go, it's too thick in my
But
hand.
isn't the battery time like that still shit? So like, it's
It's
pointless.
3 hours. It's
Yeah.
3 hours on it and
Like
on a
who
game that
plays who
matters.
plays a fucking single player game for just 3 hours if they're just gonna like no life a single player game on a console? Like, nobody.
Exactly.
Like it's such a fucking normie feature.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they had to make it thin because if they made it the size of the Wii U
Like when I
tab.
play a fucking single player console game, I sit down and 8 hours later the game is completed.
Exactly.
That's what happens when you play a console game and you actually play video games.
Exactly. When I get what I do, I get an RPG or something. I just fucking, it's like I don't want to do anything today. You turn on the TV and you just play it for the whole day. Yeah. Who
Yeah.
plays handheld? That's a problem. Like
Did anyone buy
I,
the Breath of the Wild DLC?
I never did. I never did.
If anybody
I
did,
don't
can you
see the
tell me how
point.
that is? If that's enjoyable?
Apparently apparently the second DLC is decent. It like adds a
Okay,
bunch of new battles and like a bunch of boss battles and shit.
interesting.
But you can't buy it individually, so you have to spend the full $30. And it's just kind of like, eh.
Yeah, okay, makes sense.
So like I would have bought it, and if it was like maybe $10, I'd be like, yeah, sure, I'd buy the second part. But like I literally did every single thing there is to do in the game. And all the DLC would give me is a bicycle to ride to all the places I've already been and boss battles, which is probably
A
5.
bicycle for Zelda? Who fucking cares?
Yeah,
You got
and
a
there's
horse.
gas. There's gas. You have to have gas for it.
It's a
It's
motorcycle.
not just unlimited. It's like yeah, it's a motorcycle. You have to fucking cut down trees and make gas for it.
That's funny.
And fucking like other than that, like you
Yeah,
have
I just
And
wish they. I like Breath of the Wild. I quite like the exploration and all the shit you can do in it. I just wish they added like an end game thing, some sort of end
exactly,
game. That's all they need to do. They need to add
exactly.
some like little grind or some other aspect that after you beat that you could do after you beat fucking Ganon.
Well, see, that's and here's my, soy boy voice, but you know, that's the whole point of playing the game.
Just
Before
beat.
you
You
beat
could beat
Ganon, you
fucking
do
Ganon in 10
everything.
minutes. You could
Yeah,
literally like the speed runs like not even it's like 20 minutes. You just fucking fling yourself to the castle and kill Ganon.
exactly.
You
It's
don't even need to get a special weapon. You can just literally just grab random shit off the ground and just stun lock kill them.
yeah, that was my biggest problem. It's just, and you know what I'm talking about. Once you complete the game, you don't you. It's like I'm probably not going to replay Breath of the Wild for another 5 years
True.
because I did everything. I did everything in the
Every
game except
shrine.
for get all the pieces of shit.
I get all the. You mean the deco seeds?
They're literally pieces
You're
of
right.
shit.
The fucking the unfindable little shitty seeds.
Yes,
For I guess that's supposed to be the end game is scouring the earth for the little deco seeds, but nobody's gonna fucking do that.
exactly.
You might as well just follow a guide.
And then that ruins
Yeah.
everything. It's just such a big problem with that game. And why would you? So like the first DLC, it adds a new game plus where it's hard mode, but they don't give you better weapons. They just make the enemies harder to kill. So you're just breaking more weapons. So it's just annoyances. And like the first 3 hours of the game, you're essentially just you're essentially
All right. What
just
they should have done.
throwing bombs.
What they should have done after you beat the game, unlock a new mode on the main menu, and the mode is like a weekly challenge made up by the Nintendo devs, and it's 3 dungeons and like a boss. And maybe like they add like some mutator or modifier on like a Ganon boss, or maybe they switch up something in the dungeon. They just mix it up a little bit, and every week you can at least like play a little bit of like a little Zelda dungeon experience.
Yeah. I mean, a bunch of people recommended that. They said, why don't you have like a monthly like change up or something where you can have a big temple where you just do shit, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
The fuck is
no
Code Vein? Is that
code.
the new Bamco game?
Oh dear.
Oh yeah, I think I remember it. It's like some sort of action action game from Bamco. I saw it at E3. I don't know anything about it.
Oh, it looks like that.
Dark Souls Yuri. Sounds good to me. Yeah, I'll play as a girl character.
I know what this
Is
is.
it on PC? Is it going to be on PC? I imagine so.
It's not coming out until 2019
2019. Why they even fucking advertise it then?
because it was going to come out on September of this year.
But it got delayed another year. Oh, okay.
This, I looked at it. It just kind of looks, I don't know.
It was a
The
bit
main character
floaty. That's
gave
what it
me
looked like.
Tokyo. The main character gave me Tokyo Ghoul vibes, and I just kind of
Oof.
stayed away from it.
Yeah. I don't know. We've just been talking about video games for like an hour. It's just like, ugh, there's like nothing, no good video games. Like just to conclude, like no matter what road you walk down, you end up at the end of the road and there's a little piece of paper that says there's no fucking good video games.
Pretty much, it's really pathetic. Not even once.
I guess Ozpin in a comment. I guess I should talk about some channel shit because I made that. I guess I'll do that. I made the channel feedback video and there were 25 comments. So maybe I could pull that up on screen. Maybe. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, and then I can just refer people to the end of the stream, and I'll just say I went over all the comments. I was thinking I might do like a video going over all the comments, but I'll just do it here because it's more convenient for me, anyways. And people will watch this eventually, hopefully, maybe. I'll just tell them to check that. Okay. What's this? All right. Capture
Fuck
that.
flying monsters. Why would you want to fuck flying monsters?
What?
Dwarf wants to fuck flying monsters, and I don't understand
Ooh.
why.
Oh, wrong window. Go to that one. Oh, the Hangout link. I guess that did the Hangout link get on stream? Well, whatever. If any of you want to raid the call, come in.
Oh boy.
Of course, it goes to the fucking when I make the window capture for OBS, it goes immediately to the only Chrome window I have open for the Hangout.
Of course.
I'll just put it in chat, I guess.
Oh boy, it's become a real rando scrando up in here.
Oh, now it's going to be recursive? Hold on. Oh, no, I need to switch panel. Okay.
Oh dear.
All right, I think that'll work.
I don't know if you should get in here, Dark Ghost. You just talked about making an anime girl flat. I don't think we'll get along.
All right, yeah, I'll just put the link in chat in a second here. Hold up. Where is it? What, you don't want me to put the link in chat? It's not like the Hangout's going to be on Stream Dwarf, so it doesn't matter. People can play whatever the fuck. Audio. Don't want me to do it? Oh.
and the viewer count increases ever so slightly as the Hangout link shows up.
Spooky. Well, whatever. It's on screen right now. Up the wrong thing. It's on screen. Now it's you're just watching the chat on a screen.
Oh boy.
All right, now I'm on the right screen. Makes sense because I have to not look at chat while I do this. I'm a fucking boomer. All right. So on the video I did, I wish I had multiple monitors so I could actually look at chat, but I'm fucking boomtown here.
I've got you covered.
Yeah, just tell me if anyone says anything. All right. So I did a video and I asked basically, what do you want me to do with the channel? And I got a variety of replies. I tallied them up earlier, and I think I have a tally of that somewhere. Hold on. Okay. All right. So the number I got was 3 people wanted me to do specifically more Anon of the Week. 2 people wanted me to do a variety of things. 4 people said social commentary, and then 8 people said more anime videos. So the likely thing I'll do is I'll probably make more lazy, shitty, just have like some stupid game in the background while I talk. Videos about like some social commentary issue because people want that, and it's easy to make. And then I'll do more for the anime. I'll just make the highly edited things like the Madoka video about like animu and shit related to the animu industry. And that's about what I'll probably do. As far as the comments, I'll just read through some of them. We got someone asking for lolly nationalism, a review of state-funded anime targeted at Japanese. So he's probably talking about all the like please reproduce propaganda. In
like that fucking one where the military guy goes to the medieval world.
yeah. Someone's asking that I should do something on the idol industry. I probably should. It's definitely interesting to talk about. I might do like a primer on the idol. I'll do like a fully produced video on idols, and
Okay,
then
so
I
if you're
can
going to do something on idols, I have a small recommendation.
what?
So I don't know what the name is, but you'll find it easily. It is a manga that has three gangster guys who fuck up, and their
It's
boss
getting an
forces
anime.
them to become
It's
trannies.
I forget what it's called. But it's getting an anime adaptation this season.
Is it?
Yeah,
Good.
I'll just
That,
watch it. And people
that shit's
watch it. It's
funny.
the deconstruction of the idol genre. I guess so. Uh, the yeah, I'll do like a full video on idols. Um, and that way, when I make like a rambling video about idols, people might understand what I'm saying. So this one will come later though, because it's not like the main, not mainly what people want. When I get around to it, I'll make a video about idols.
It's Backstreet Girls.
Yeah,
Apparently.
Backstreet Girls. The podcast is literally on people make videos. And some people just like don't even care and just want me to do these, and then also the animu videos. Someone's like, "You have a good variety." Uh, Someone wanted me to do social commentary on Western paused media versus animu media, which I could do something like that, I guess. But I think maybe I'll do something like that, but that would be more of like a less produced. I'm just like, yeah, I might just throw random shit up on screen while doing a gameplay. Then I have review hentai SMG, obviously with the great comments here. Dwarf says I should do something to elucidate what good taste and bad taste is. I think in general the channel will teach you how to do that without me having to spell it out. You're asking to see my dick for some reason, you fucking faggot.
It would be a case study.
Jeff, I would say more Anon Week anime videos. Watch Backstreet Girls. Do tokusatsu. I'm not into toku. Probably would like it, but it's more of like a gay boys thing, to be honest. So,
Hot Pie in the chat suggests do a video on lesbian Shinto nationalism.
oh, that's what Oleg here is saying. He's saying I should do one on what I said in the video on the Shinto nationalist sci-fi with lesbians, which is this new great subgenre. There's two particular anime that I really love from it that are recent, and I would love talking about in depth of why that's cool. And I'll probably do that at some point. I don't know if I'll do the first thing. I might do the recommendation. The two ideas that I've been juggling are making like a basic level recommendation video for the people who are subbed to me for some fucking reason and don't watch anime, and then making one that's like a primer on the industry as a whole, like going over all the basic shit and how the industry functions, what it is, why it is like this, and so anyone who watches later videos can kind of understand like why something is like that in the anime industry, because I think there's less of that on YouTube, and I think that'd be important. This guy's asking for me to review these two anime. I haven't watched Cashin Sins or Seikon no Quasar, so I don't know.
Oh, the Seikon no Quasar is kind of trashed here, but it's interesting.
Okay.
Cashin Sins is decent.
All right. Kira just says do whatever. This Yura only wants social commentary, so yeah, I just like people sub to me who only want social commentary or would rather they don't really care about hearing about anime, which is fine. And yeah, I'll do more videos of like that, me just narrating gameplay, maybe throwing up some images if it's relevant to the conversation.
You know what you could do?
Yeah.
You could please both sides and talk about the depictions of Trump in anime and manga.
I mean that's one video. You mean? I mean more generally, like how to please this smattering of 200 fucks who have somehow found my channel and have subbed to it.
225.
It is growing. Yeah, I'll do the sort of this the shitty Leafy is here, Review Tech USA. When I want to talk about like social commentary, I'll just do something like that, and then the anime will get all the production value when I want to talk about animu. All right, so yeah, the only reason I opened up the comments is because I just wanted to answer Ozpin here, but I didn't want to make a video about it. So, good job, Ozpin. I guess you made me put this in a stream. All right, split 50-50 politics and weed, but just only after 6 videos. So he has some silly plan, but explain my harsh opposition to materialism. Okay, so that it's sort of, you could say I'm being a bit reactionary. In that, like, I'm like shitting on materialism constantly all the time because I lived the materialist lifestyle for like the majority of my life, and then I found it was like unfulfilling and stupid, and that like it's better to be in like a moderate place and not shit on it completely. But I think overall it's less that, and it's more that it's just truthfully speaking, materialism doesn't help you. Like having material goals will eventually just fall to dust. Like you're gonna die, you're gonna get to the end of your life, and it might psychologically fulfill you, but you're not. It's beyond your control. And the materials you accumulated, or the little dopamine hits you got from having like a nice car or a big house, that you really like you subjugated yourself for hundreds and hundreds of work hours to do these things. I don't think that's worthwhile. And so fundamentally, I just don't think beyond just functional fulfillment of like basic needs that it's that important to really strive over material goals. And then religion, I've said this before. I tip my fedora still. I'm probably never going to become a Christ cuck or anything like that, but I do like talking about it. I find theology interesting to talk about. It's like discussing Harry Potter. Well, it's like discussing a piece of fiction, but it's like really in depth, and there's like so many layers, and like you can go endlessly about it. So it's fun. I find discussing religion fun. I'm kind of like the whole C.S. Lewis, J.R. Tolkien split. I'll probably be the atheist, but I'll have Christian friends and talk with them, and they'll believe in God, and I won't, but it'll be fun. MMORPGs and why you're not playing WoW. I've already played WoW. Why would I play it again? Okay, there's your questions answered. Yeah, Friend Simulator, make more Friend Simulator. Wants more animu videos. Non-scripted live stream. That's what this is. So as long as I keep managing to get an Anon of the week, these people will be satisfied, which is good. Wanted more animu videos rather than social commentary, and then this guy wanted, Codex wanted social commentary over video and anime games. So yeah, I think that'll be the split. Will be all the social commentary will be focused on the quickly produced, just thrown out there videos. The highly produced ones will be related to anime, and then for people who want autistic ASMR, they'll have this type of stream once a week at least. More of like a giant influx of like little anime nerds somehow find their way and want to be interviewed. All right, so that's all the comments, and I'll just refer people to this if they get curious about whatever. Okay, go with that. Pull up a chat. Okay. All right, now I can read chat again.
Oh boy. And the first message to welcome you is that you have to get more clout.
Must construct additional clout. I mean, that is my quote. Yeah, I did say that. Jeff, you have no clout. Why do you worry about the direction of your channel? Well, if I'm going to have a YouTube, I was considering not having a YouTube channel, but if I'm going to have one, I might as well just do things that please the people who have randomly decided to sub to me. Is there a game more We Live in a Society than Persona 5? Pretty good. Let's see. Gotta scroll up.
You know, your opinion on materialism is essentially just Valleyism.
What is it?
Valleyism.
What's that?
where people just say fuck it and they go live in the forest. They cut down trees and they're happy with whatever they do.
Well, I mean, I don't mean to such an. It's kind of not the same because I'm not saying literally suck out wealth out of everyone
No,
around
yeah,
you
yeah. That's well,
and
like
destroy
they
the
enjoy.
planet.
Well, they enjoy cutting down
Well,
trees
yes, you're
and
right.
shooting
You can
foxes,
use
but
this excuse to turn into a giant piece of shit and like destroy everyone around you, or you could learn just live like a principled person and just not worry about things so much, which is what you should do.
I'm the same. I only have a table, a bed, and the PS4 along with a Wii U. So,
That's really a lot of nothing. There's like no games.
eh, I mean, it's fine. I have a PC too, so I can steal games too if I want to.
Uh,
Oh,
why,
I mean,
why did the viewer count
legally buy them.
suddenly spike? What the fuck?
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows?
I think it had something to do with that Hangout link being
Uh,
shown.
are are
It attracts the
the
normies.
the Hangout link got shown, so now people are trying to the run in here and play gay porn. Well, jokes on them. It's not going to be on screen, so it'll just be gay porn sounds. So who gives a fuck? To be honest,
That's
to be
fine by
honest,
me.
Fama Lamb.
Nick Fuentes laughs as he checks your social blade. Oof.
Is
He
that
deals
what's
a damaging blow as he thumps his Bible.
Fuentes is got up at like 1 a.m. in the morning and is laughing at my social blade.
I don't even know what he sounds
Oh, look
like.
at this weeaboo social blade. I think Pope Francis is an actual pope.
Well,
Accurate
it's Nick the
impression.
Knife. They don't call me Nick the Knife for anything.
PS4 has God Game of the Year of War,
God of War
Boy of
fucking
War.
sucks. I don't care. It sucks. There was 5 enemies in the whole game.
I
The
know it
ending is
looks so
fucking
boring.
SJW mother shit.
It looks
And
so boring. How do
it's like,
people
hey,
like that?
I don't know. Maybe it's because they're fucking autistic and they just look
Like
at
you just
trees
walk
the whole
around with your
time.
little kid, and then you slap your wet noodle axe on like an enemy with a bunch of health, and that's it. That's the game.
Ugh. Yeah. Hey, you know what? This
Jesus.
is how much I hate that game. Hey, the boy, it's Loki. Fuck yourself.
The fact that God of War got praised as like game of the year all years, yeah, that's true. And it's not even a good
It
game.
has 5 energy. It has 5 enemies. How can a game of the year have 5 enemies in it? I don't
I
understand.
wish I had as much fucking clout as Kim Kardashian. Yeah.
Kim Card, yeah, but I mean, the only reason why she has clout is because of a penis. So, do you want that kind of clout? It's like a buckle bunny, but extreme.
No. Fucking Kim Kardashian. How can people unironically watch and enjoy Darling in the Franxx? So, I mean, they have shit taste to do so, regardless. But how could anyone actually watch Darling in the Franxx after Kim Kardashian tweeted out 02 on her Twitter? Like, what? I mean, or
Wait,
was her
did she?
Instagram? Yeah.
Did she actually?
Yeah, on Instagram, Kim Kardashian posted a Pixiv fan art of 02 and said, "This is my hair inspo."
Oh Jesus
And
Christ!
so it's literally the most normie anime fucking ever, and how anyone could really enjoy what is literally fan fiction, Evangelion fan fiction produced by Trigger. Like, are you that desperate? Come on.
But Jeff, it has a cute demon girl who has horns, and I love her because she has pink hair too.
Exactly. Uh, like the yellow, well, the mixed race person I was referring to earlier is shit taste and loves harem trash. He also likes domineering women, and but isn't admit it. Like he has his seasonal waifu for 2 seasons ago was Altair from Recreators, and then his seasonal waifu for this season is 02. So he just wants to get fucking dommed by some fucking edgy bitch, and it's just low IQ.
My favorite, the only
What's funny is he'll never watch
anime
this, so I could just shit talk him forever, and he'll never watch it.
the only anime girl I ever had a fondness for that I liked as like a just a really standout girl character was like the only submitter I've seen in anime for quite a while. I don't know what it is about them Japs, but they really like them some dominance.
They want some
Which is
femdom. Well,
funny
they're low
because
T,
all of
so
their
they like when you're a low
but
T
that
man.
but it's weird because all of their anime and all of their manga have domineering women, right?
Mm-hmm.
But all of their hentai have fucking huge guys who just fucking fuck the shit out of girls.
No,
It,
there's femdom
it's a
hentai.
weird
There's a good
paradigm.
amount, and there's NTR.
Yeah, I
So
guess.
so there's
But we
more
should
than
never
enough.
speak
There's
about
more than enough fucking cucks and beta males. Trigger
ugh,
is normally
every
well,
day
look,
the NTR tell
Hackadolls doesn't come around once every fucking. Like, a thing like
of the
Hackadolls
year.
only comes around once every a fucking blue moon. You can't expect that just because they can produce one good thing that they can produce anything else.
Hey, you know what? I'll throw out a Taiwan shiver, and that's all that matters. Black clover. There you go. I'm just going to let that linger, let it tingle down your spine. Ugh.
Is that published in Shonen Jump?
Yes.
Looks like I dropped it. Wow,
Oh boy.
nice. Uh, uh, idea for a video: psychological profiles based on waifu preferences. There was a thread like that. I posted in that thread. It was fun. Uh, I don't think it'd be. I'd have to like gather a waifu poll of everybody who watches my channel to have enough to make it even a single video. So it'd be tough.
What does it mean if your waifu is the main girl from Oh My Goddess?
I mean, you're a cuck for one, but that's just true if your waifu is from harem to be at all.
See, now this is a question I had because I like read one or two chapters of it like a way back before it was even halfway done. What is the whole cuck thing with it? Because I like apparently like whatever his name was had his balls touched by God or something.
Hmm. I mean, I didn't
Like
read
what
it.
was
I
the
just know it's
story of that?
trash.
Ugh, I don't know. All I know is it's a meme.
Did
And
you end up
literally,
watching Jinro? I don't know.
who me?
Yeah.
I tried to, but I don't know why, but it just wouldn't work.
Oh, okay. Boomer. Boomer.
How dare you?
It's a cool film. I watched it last night with some friends. I've already seen it before I watched it last night, but it was good watching it again. I think it's sort of the first time you watch it, it seems like it's a bit too slow and boring, but I think it builds its atmosphere just well enough. It's like just on the cusp of being boring. It just pulls it off in terms of being like this like slow burn thriller film.
Well, I've always liked that. I've kind of liked it kind of goes through slowly but surely. I like that type of drama
Alt-right
stuff.
redditors. Well, the thing is, the alt-right redditors never even watched Jinro, so they don't even know what it's fucking about or what the film entails. So they're just like, do not see I can post, and
Ugh.
yeah. So it's not like the fan base is terrible because the fans who were posting about it never watched it at all.
So it's basically just JoJo.
Yeah, it's like JoJo.
Oh shit! It's like poetry.
It's about guts with a
Why?
machine gun. True enough.
Mm, I don't know.
Koreans making a Jinro live action. That'll probably be shit, knowing Korean
Yeah,
CGI.
there are. It looks decent. I mean,
Unless they do practical effects, it's gonna be shit. If they can do
it
it,
looks like they are because if you look it up, you can see the pictures, and it kind of looks like all their costuming and shit is legit.
interesting. Because if they just do like a good remake of the original film, and then they do like squibs and shit, like the classic just exploding blood bags and just practical machine gun effects, that'd be great.
It's all about overpowered MC with the human side of killing, What does that even mean?
Well, that's not. It's about like, well, without spoiling it, it's about it's a Red Riding Hood allegory in the form of a political thriller set in like Japan with this authoritarian Nazi death squad organization fighting communists.
Hmm. It's also about the power of friendship winning every battle.
No, there's no friendship in that Jinro. Zero friendship.
Oh dear. So it's kind of like
It's a pretty bleak film. Ugh. Hajime no Ippo is about the power of friendship winning every battle. Interesting.
that's not true if you read the manga. Oh shit. I like Hajime no Ippo. I fucking like that. I like it, but it ran too fucking long. Like no one's gonna even bother. Basically, basically just led up to this one big moment, and then Ippo just fucking
You
fails.
know
And
what fucking manga shit the bed? Like Tommy got killed.
yeah, that's true.
That manga was getting really good, and it just fucking shit the bed.
Yeah. You know what my problem with fucking
And then like the anime killed everyone.
yeah. You know what the problem is with all the and I enjoy it all. I do, but I really dislike it. I just wish that more manga and anime didn't run so fucking long.
Well, then maybe that's because you have shit taste and you watch shonen shit instead of 26 episode and 13 episode anime.
Well, no, I watched that type of stuff too, but I'm talking about like not the shonen, but like just kind of long runners.
The only long runners are shonen jump shows.
Hmm. Not really. It's
It's
just a
true.
different type of.
No, there's only things published by Shonen Jump get over like 26 episodes. You can name something
Well, no,
that's not published by Shonen Jump or isn't Precure. It gets over 26 episodes.
well, no, what I'm talking about like the faggy romance comedy type shit, where I just kind of wanted to meet its finale.
So you mean the pacing?
Yeah,
Okay.
just I don't like it. I don't like how things just go on for too
I mean,
long.
yeah. Well, that's the thing is once the tropes are played out, like where else does the writer have to go if it's a serialized thing and they have to keep the romance going? It just ends up being misunderstandings, and misunderstandings are fucking boring.
Yeah.
But that's just the problem of serialization rather than writers being bad.
Now, Mr. Dick says what I don't know. Akami got killed. Great art, shit story. I don't know. Manga was decent. The anime was slightly less than decent. What do you think?
Um, I mean, I didn't finish the anime. I read the manga. The I mean, the manga is just sort of like like an edge fest, just like a dumb edge fest, and it was entertaining. But it sort of it just like lost its edgy roots, and then it like wrapped up everything way too quickly.
Well, you can only kill off important characters so many times until it's
Yeah.
like, oh, this character is getting a big story arc. I guess they're going today.
The girl with a fucking gun in her throat. You're just mad that justice won. Justice, best girl, to be honest.
I don't know.
Someone said they watched Hyoge Mano on my recommendation. Yeah, Hyoge Mano is really great. I recommend it to anybody. Watch Hyoge Mano, one of the best animes.
What is it about?
It's about the Warring States period under Oda Nobunaga, and one of his vassals, who is sort of like a bumbling idiot, and he also loves pottery and like teacups and like collecting like great works of artistry, and so he's like just meandering about like trying to collect all this art while there's all this political intrigue going on around him and behind him, and he ends up sort of embroiled in it in a sense.
Oh, neat. I'll check it out. So here's a question: what is your favorite anime, and why is it Gurren Lagann?
I dropped Gurren Lagann,
How dare you?
but I got exactly what it deserved, which is a drop after the time skip.
How dare you do such a thing?
Dropped into the trash.
It's legitimately the best anime. It's the anime of our people. It's the anime of our dreams. That anime shaped anime.
Dark Ghost got to
Absolutely.
recreate Saba Gebu at my school. but it's so you're just gonna run around with airsoft guns and like be a bitch to your female friends.
Oh Jesus! Airsoft is for pussies. Real men use pellet guns.
Saba Gebu is a comedic masterpiece. I wish there were more anime like that.
All I know is that Nichijou is a pretty good one.
It's all right. I mean, even the jokes are too out there even for Japanese people.
Well, that's why I like it, because I'm an American trash bag.
Hmm.
Yes.
Interesting.
Hates girls with the X anime. The anime.
Girls with blank the anime. Maybe you should grow some taste dwarfs and understand that adding anime girls to something automatically improves it.
What is the TD? What is TTGL art style? What is that?
Trigger uses the
Oh,
Gurren Lagann art style. You fucking
I keep forgetting that it's called
schmuck.
Tengen Toppa. I fucking hate Tengen
You
Toppa. What
fucking
does Tengen
schmuck.
Toppa even mean? What does Tengen Toppa even fucking mean?
Oh, by the way, the opening song for today's episode was from Hakume was it Hakume Tumakochi? I think it's Hakume Tumakochi. A great slice of life about little tiny fairy people just living in like a tiny world with like talking animals and shit. It's very comfy. It's great. Well animated. Great voice actors. Good music. Just go watch it.
Pierce the heavens with my drill. Jesus Christ.
Wait, comfy. Maybe you should grow some fucking taste, Ghost Wind.
I think they're doing just fine. Any man who knows the language of my people.
All right, here's the thing. You can enter a Zen state while watching Slice of Life, and until you can achieve that, you'll find, oh, this is boring. Nothing's going on. But you're just unenlightened. You can't enter the Zen zone. Sorry.
Hey, hold on. I watched Clannad.
Planet isn't a slice of life. It's fucking melodrama. It's
uh,
melodrama, the anime.
I guess. I watched Lucky Star.
That's right. Until you can enjoy Lucky Star and actually find it extremely enjoyable,
What do you
you
mean? I
can't
do enjoy
enter the
Lucky
Zen zone.
Star.
Who
Of
who
course, I
banned?
enjoy
Oh,
Lucky
did you
Star.
delete
Who
your
doesn't
own
enjoy
message?
Lucky Star? Who doesn't? Who doesn't enjoy
If you
Lucky
thought
Star?
Lucky Star was a good slice of life, it's like actually a mediocre slice of life, and you should watch other better ones.
No,
Like Yuri Yuri is better than Lucky Star. It's like more funny,
I just told you I
better
don't watch
animation and
anything that has
characters.
the title Yuri
Why not?
because I'm a small-minded individual.
If you enjoyed Lucky Star, just go watch better slice of life. Like it's like a 6 out of 10 slice of life.
Oh dear. Well, then, what would you recommend for a starting
Hundreds.
point?
I could recommend hundreds, but I guess um, you'd probably actually like Hakume to Mikochi, the one I just recommended, the one that had the music that was playing for the start here. It came out like 2 seasons ago, or maybe 1 season ago, and I quite recommend it. Besides that one, if you end up liking that, you should watch like Nan Nan Biori about cute girls living in the rural Japanese countryside and having to deal with being a rural hick. And then as well, another good one is Aria, which is one of my favorite animes of all time, if not my favorite, which is about gondoliers on terraformed Mars.
How about how about the anime with the racist centaur people?
Oh, Centaur's Worries.
I guess.
Oh, that show. It's all right. It's sort of got this cool thing going on where it's like a slice of life, but there's tons of dystopian like they live undertones and shit. And there's like this they like the but the anime is too short to get to that part of the manga. You don't actually get to see the payoff. Uh, but the adaptation's kind of low budget and meh. So I'd honestly steer clear of that one, but it's all right. It's watchable, but I wouldn't put it like as a top slice of life like Yuri Yuri or Nan Biori or Aria or Hakume Tamatochi. Azumanga Daioh is also another great slice of life you should watch.
Sonic X,
Sonic X.
best anime or the greatest anime?
I'm surprised they don't make more. They make more fucking Western Sonic cartoons than they do Sonic anime.
It's true.
It's like the stupid like furry autists in the United States are the only ones buying any Sonic shit anymore, and like Japan just like treats it with like a 10-foot pole.
You know, the last Sonic game I played was Sonic Adventure 2, so I can't really call myself a big fan. But I really like Sonic's
I mean,
Japanese
that's
voice
same with
actor.
me. I love Sonic Adventure too. But it's not because it's a
really
Sonic game. It's
Japanese.
because it's a child racing simulator RPG.
Yeah. The Chow Garden was my shit.
Like the gameplay loop of you go repeat a level you already beat, so you can get these little fucking these little vials that have your chow food in them.
Yeah.
And you got to collect the certain color off the certain enemy and get like these special items that you can bring back into the garden to give your little chows. That's the whole point of the game. It isn't fucking the story. It's not like Super Saiyan Shadow. It's collecting these little things for your chows so you can have your chow beat the shit out of your friend's chow when you bring it over on your GameCube controller.
Pretty much. Now, I'm going to make a comment or a reply. Sonic Adventure 3 came out and it's called Sonic 06. I'll have you know that the creator intentionally made every game after Sonic Adventure 2 as dissimilar from Sonic Adventure 2 as he could. This is why Sonic 06 spin dash and jumping mechanics feel so different. This is why so many different aspects of the motion feel so different in Sonic 06. You can't call it a Sonic Adventure game because it's fundamentally different.
Why it wasn't Adventure Battle 2 successful? Why did they change the formula? Why did they just keep going down that route?
So here's the deal, right? The creator, after Sonic Adventure 2 came out, he, in seeing the fan reactions to Shadow, was worried that the Sonic franchise was appealing too much to teenagers at the back end of 15, right?
Why?
I don't know.
That's like the prime market for a game like that stuff.
Exactly, but seeing that, he said, "This isn't what we want. This isn't the audience we want." So he made Sonic Heroes in reaction to it. He made sure that all the character models were shinier and looked more like toys. Made all the stages look more like set pieces. Made everything all kitty so he could get down to the 13 to 10-year-old range.
Why? You get more money for older teens, and like the younger teens will like it anyways.
Well, that's how they went back. The problem is after Sonic Heroes, all the people who worked on Sonic Adventure 2, who did the main mechanic designs, got fired or quit. So when they made Shadow the Hedgehog, it felt completely different because all they had were the people who worked on Heroes, and that's all they could do. So it was still just as slippery. And then when they moved on to Sonic 06, it was still terrible because they had no one who they weren't able to have. They didn't have the knowledge.
It seems like a, common story is that there's a talented group of people who make something good, and then they don't get rewarded or put into higher positions, and then nothing good ever gets made again.
Pretty much.
You can see that story repeat itself like in everything, fucking film, video games, anime.
Yeah, see, now here's something that's even more sickening. Shadow the Hedgehog came out, and stupid teenagers everywhere fucking loved it, right? And this time, instead of the time before, back in Sonic Adventure 2, the creator was like, oh, fuck yeah, I would totally want these kids to be attached to Sonic. And, and he bounced off that and made Sonic 06 twice as edgy and twice as fucking terrible.
Sonic recolors. What do you mean by this? Do you mean the people like making OC donut steals with Sonic recolors and different names, or do you mean all the different characters who are just a recolor of Sonic? Oh yeah. The OC donut steal shit was hilarious. Like Shadow the Hedgehog inspired. I think it was Shadow the Hedgehog who inspired those original Cold Steel, fucking DeviantArt shit. And
essentially,
I had a fun game with you could anyone in chat as well. I had a fun game with my friends.
Oh boy, I know this game.
You just type your name plus the hedgehog, and you just find the art of it.
Yeah, just type your first name.
I'm gonna go find Jeff the Hedgehog. Hold up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put it on screen.
It's great.
Hold up.
Oh boy, you're going to find some nice ones.
All right, fuck. Oh god, this is that one's a doozy. Holy shit! All right, we're gonna read the whole thing. I'm gonna put it on screen.
Great. It's on. Are you getting the one from the Sonic fan characters wiki?
Yep.
Oh boy.
This whole thing. It has it also has ponies in it. All right. We're gonna read this because why not?
What the fuck?
It deserves to be read. Whoever wrote this is like a literary master, and it deserves to be read.
Holy shit! He's friends with a pony.
Exactly.
There's just a single comment that says what?
I concur. All right, is this working now? Okay. Let's see. Jeff the Hedgehog. A slender, yet fairly muscular male hedgehog of average height, with a melancholic appearance. He has fairly short, long hair. What? Wait a minute. Okay. Fairly short, long, messy black hair, whatever that fucking means. Pale peach skin, gray fur, and red eyes, with a small slit-shaped pupils, similar to a cat's. Part of his bangs falls between his right eye. He has a demon necklace. His facial expressions rarely change, though he is almost always frowning. He wears typical human clothes. A gray t-shirt, red wristbands, and red shoes and black jeans. And I didn't mention the belt. I'm going to have to knock off points for that one. Jeff is a very cold, callous, dispassionate figure, and is rather aloof, brooding, and indifferent, willing to harm both his comrades and enemies should they get in his way. He refers to anyone he does not find interesting as trash, and treats them as expendable. Jeff,
why is this so true?
Jeff was born on August 4th during the period of intense turmoil between good and the evil. At birth, his most curious feature was his inordinate power. This anomaly meant that by birth, Jeff's powers had already unlocked his potential. In the room he was born in, where he rests, afterward he is sleeping by his mother, who died giving birth to him, quietly until he was stabbed by his evil father, who wanted his son to be evil, and thrown into a dungeon after surviving a stabbed in the heart. His father took over the earth, leaving Jeff for death, until he was found by Shadow the Hedgehog. What do you know? Shadow spent all his life raising Jeff to be strong. 20 years later, he wanted revenge on his dad for all the terrors he caused to everyone, and Shadow was willing to help him accomplish his mission. Relationship with Diamond Pendant. Jeff meets Diamond Pendant when he found her as a filly, as a tiny pony. Even a tiny, is this fucking toddler con? Jeez. Is Philly injured, so he decided to take care of her. Jeff thinks of her as a little sister, as he'll risk anything to protect her. Theme: Dragon Ball Z, the legendary
Jeff's
Super
theme. He
Saiyan
has a theme
3.
song. He has a theme song.
My
I thought those were
theme.
external.
Oh my god! My theme is Brawly's theme from the legendary Super Saiyan 3. If I play this, am I gonna get copy struck? Probably. Hold up.
You also have a Dark Jeff theme.
Dark and Jeff theme. All right, well, let's play the Brawly theme. This video is unavailable. I guess this is made too long ago. See if Dark Jeff's theme is still there.
You just embraced the shadow. I was born in the shadow, raised by the shadow.
Alright, well, that's enough of this. This person says, what? I agree. Alright. Now that was an experience. I recommend doing the same. Just type your first name in Google with the hedgehog, and you'll find... I don't know if you'll meet up to this standard, but you'll find something. Something or another.
Apparently, it has an accuracy percent of 99. Nothing personnel.
Nothing personnel kit. Yeah, that was really accurate. It's the Jeff the Hedgehog is literally me. I do call all people I dislike as trash.
I'm just going to, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to edit this wiki, and at the back end of the personality, I'm going to write anti-materialistic. Holy shit. Man, you know, people talk about the Sonic fandom. They talk about how terrible it is. I love the Sonic fandom. I really do. It gave us fucking Chris Chan. It gave us Cold Steel. It gave us so many fucking memes.
All right, well, I'm a little offended that you guys are thinking that Hedgehog is literally me.
Destiny the Hedgehog.
Now somebody's gonna have to make a fucking Destiny the Hedgehog article.
It'd just be like Monkey Jones, just have a hedgehog hugging a body pillow of a cute anime girl.
Compared to Undertale or Home, oh yeah, I think there's new Destiny the dog. Like compared to Undertale or Homo stuff, they're saying those are definitely the new cancer breeding cultures. These the sort of epicenters of giant endless cancer in internet culture. Definitely Undertale and Homestuck. I guess Homestuck's been a fucking cancer for like a decade now.
Homestuck has been, I think Homestuck was like one of the original cancers.
Yeah, it's been around.
That was like back 2006, wasn't it? Or 2004. I don't know. I can't stand Undertale.
Yeah, this is some fucking horoscope shit where it's like if you type your name plus the hedgehog, you're gonna get an accurate reading just because it's how horoscopes work.
Featured. There's a feature page. There's a featured page of the month. Quantum the Mouse.
Quantum the Mouse.
Yeah, and then it says Logan was born genius. One who seemed destined to be yet another one of those famous scientists who assists his alien species to research the next era of technology. Unfortunately, fate had other plans. Logan's parents noted that he began speaking, or well, trying to, at the age of 6 months. Ugh. That's all it gives you. Ooh, I don't even want to. It was funny a little bit, but not even. It's just kind of sad.
It is, man. Yeah, autism is one hell of a drug. But
It is.
it's always comforting to know that no matter how autistic you act, there's always someone acting more autistic.
Yes. Somewhere out there, there's a man looking up babies
Stone's
washing in
throw
a
away.
bathtub. Ugh. I'm going to get out of here. This Sonic Characters wiki is creepy.
Yeah, I wouldn't stay there too long.
They track your IP.
Probably. I can only imagine the fucking e-drama that has like erupted over the years from the Sonic fan character wiki, like people arguing over at their OCs and like editing each other's pages and shit. I can only imagine there's like a bunch of nonsense that went on.
I remember one time back in there was a Newgrounds art thing, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember the system, but they just had all of the individual stacks where you just wrote your one comment, you couldn't do anything else, and then the creator had one reply and they couldn't do anything else. So this one guy thought that this guy stole his character, and he literally made up to 50 accounts just to keep responding to this person. It was the best shit ever.
I mean, yeah. Reminds me of Anti-Crack Kun. I'm sure if anyone here is a fan of Madoka Magica, they know about fucking Anti-Crack Kun and his terrible shit posting of every Yuri series.
Oh dear.
Fuck that guy.
Shit posting should be a crime.
Exactly, yeah. That guy belongs in a fucking mental institution. I spent like hours trying to fucking argue with this guy and get him to see the light and stop shit posting and thinking literally everyone who replies to him is this guy named Kemi, but he couldn't see anything. Insane. And so he'll just make hundreds of thousands of posts about how you're a crack shipper named Kemi and you're shitting up the board by posting your crack ship. And because I don't approve of these fictional characters being in a lesbianic relationship, I'm going to literally reset my phone a million times so I can shitpost infinitely and and destroy your thread. And as any Yuri fan will probably have seen his fucking stupid shit posting, and he just shows up in the same anime I like, and I wish he was fucking gassed.
Now here's the question: who is the worst anime YouTuber?
I don't watch anime YouTubers, so I don't know. Mother's Basement, that's probably true. I don't know who it was. It might have been that guy. I saw some anime YouTuber was complaining about like someone being like bigoted.
Yeah, that was him.
Oh my god,
that sounds like him.
Oh fuck.
He made a video that he privated like 2 years ago, and I remember that video. That's why I stopped watching any of his shit. Where it was basically just, I don't really appreciate all you people going onto anime boards and talking about yaoi and yuri and trans characters as if they're just objects.
Yeah, fuck those people. Fucking.
The worst actual anime YouTuber isn't around anymore.
Demolition D.
His name was. I guess I agree.
Around, I mean, the thing about Demo D is that, yeah, you're right. He did the same funny humor from the 4chan boards, but the thing is, he was just fucking lifting his humor from the boards. His videos were literally just like finding a fucking post and just like copying and making a video of it. Like, damn, son, shameless.
Yeah. I think the worst anime YouTuber was probably Devon77. This fucking guy was a diaper fetishist, and that's all I have to say about him.
Oof.
I think the thing that made his channel finally go down was he had a video where he was doing diaper shit, like literally diaper shit, and the diaper slipped down, but he still posted it. So his channel finally got nuked.
He was shitting in a diaper on his anime review channel. Holy shit!
Yes, you'd either say this is a dirty diaper out of 10, or this is a new clean diaper out of 10. It was shit was fucked.
What if the best anime reviewer is Mad Thad?
The best guy ever.
Mad Thad. It was just a joke. Fucking Thad. Isn't Thad out of jail now? I wonder how many times he got raped.
Oh god, probably 3.
Yeah. Probably not too many times, but at least once. Okay. I'll just. I went for 3 hours. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
You have anything else you want to talk about?
I'm just going to put this out there one more time because I think it's great. But I'm going to post this. Oh, I actually can't. My YouTube thing posted me out. Maybe if you could type this in chat, but I'm going to post it again in the side chat.
Oh,
Great
yeah.
manga. Read it sometime.
It's a manga. Yeah, maybe I'll read it.
It's a bunch of It's a bunch of schoolboys. They fuck with their bullies. A bunch of fucked up shit happens. It's really great. It's basically a deconstruction of friendships and how it doesn't matter who you are, you're going to fuck up sometime.
Yo Yokio. I haven't actually watched that. Is that the anime with like the Juden? Like the
Yes.
big nosed Jew guy?
Oh,
and like
no, maybe it's the guy who rode the Toblerone. Black guy, purple hair.
I don't recall.
It's pretty good. Watch it. It has our newest intellectual, Jaden Smith.
Jaden Smith is an interesting character, but
hey, he's smarter than what's his name? He's smarter than Shia LaBeouf. So
I mean that's not saying much. Fucking Shia.
Did he kill himself yet?
No, I wish he did.
Oh dear.
I haven't been catching up with Shia. I think he stopped doing the Windu stuff.
It's the best game of catch the flag ever.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it also like spawns some fucking e-whores. Mainly just Brittany Venti, but
oh god, I hate Brittany Venti so much.
I mean, she's all right, but it's just
you don't understand. I have OCD. Her face actually irks me.
Well, I mean, she is an orc, but she is an orc woman. But I don't know if people want to roll orc women. That's not terrible. I mean, it's fine. You get a good racial, so get a good racial passive. So I don't mind Brittany Venti rolling orc women. It's just and she's mildly funny.
Hey, you know what? Anyone's better. Anyone's better than based shaman. I'll just say that. Fuck you, based shaman. I know who you are. I know what you do. Fuck you.
Yeah, but if Brittany Venti is your waifu, you're a fucking degenerate return. You know who you are if you watch it.
You have Brittany Venti for a waifu, and you have no waifu.
Exactly. Having a 3D waifu, there's being a cuck and having a waifu from a harem, and then there's being a cuck and having a waifu from 3D. Like that's like the ultimate level of cucking, because you're never actually going to fuck your 3D waifu, but they actually exist in the same dimension as you. So it's like you're a super cuck.
Hey man, there's a reason why young boys everywhere stopped putting women posters up on their rooms.
It started putting anime posters up. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Because remember, it isn't a sin if it's drawn.
3D PD. Top Time Epic is good cancer.
What is it? I don't even know what it is. I was trying to pronounce it.
The ultimate meme anime.
Oh.
The forced meme, the anime made by B-Cub. I'm just glad B-Cub got something that aired on TV.
I thought
even
the
if it never
ultimate
will again.
forced. I thought the ultimate forced meme anime was that one anime about the
It has a
guy who
Skyrim
went
joke
to
in it, all right?
the delinquent school.
No, Pop Team Epic has a Skyrim joke in it.
What?
Yeah.
It does?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what that is. I hate that anime.
It's
It all
fine.
makes sense now. I remember reading the manga and going,
It's literally
I
Reddit the
hate this
anime.
manga.
But no,
And
you just
then
don't get the jokes. You're too much of a fucking brainlet.
no, I
Sorry.
get the jokes. I just don't appreciate the references.
I thought it was fine, and people give it too much shit. It's like, oh, it's literally Reddit the anime.
No, I don't care. I mean,
I
let's
mean, they made fun of Katakawa. They can't be that unbased, you know. They made a whole episode shit talking Katakawa and King Records. They got to be pretty based then.
No one gets the joke because no one watches otaku shit. Precisely.
Yeah. Nobody, when they make fun of Katakawa and King Records, no one actually understands why that's fucking funny, unless they're like an Elder Lord power level. So it's literally a pleb filter.
Yeah, but hey, they made that one joke about the scouter and the power level and an alien making cat noises.
Exactly. It's like
Funny.
Nichijou, where you can't get the jokes unless you actually are fluent in Japanese.
Pretty much.
Because like literally 90% of Nichijou jokes are so it's a practical physical humor gag, except the objects in which the gag are doing them is forming like some stupid Japanese pun. And that's what's supposed to make it funny. But since you don't know the Japanese pun, it's not fucking funny.
Yeah, I know broken Japanese. It was every now and then I was like, oh yeah, but that's it because I am a sad attempt at a weeb.
Yeah, you're a fucking fake weeb, to be honest.
Well, I mean, I am a Newgrounds fag, so it is to be expected.
Newgrounds, ugh.
Newgrounds is the best board.
What?
You know it. All
No.
you 4chan faggots talking about your
You're just
ops.
jealous of fucking F.
I don't care. Because our ops were the best.
You were jealous of fucking F's original content and Newgrounds redundant regurgitated crap.
How dare you? You know that our regurgitated trash was gold. There was Smiley, fucking that one guy who made all the porn, that other guy who made all the porn, the one guy who made all the porn games.
Yeah. I don't think there's not Newgrounds. Never really produced anything of value.
It did. It produced a few things of value, like Woolly stuff and most of the OniNG stuff. But other than that, it was mostly just a Kickstarter for a bunch of people.
Yeah.
It was mostly a fun place to just fucking pick at people.
I remember playing Madness Interactive a lot as a child.
Oh, yeah. It was fun shit.
The Ultimate Battle of Ultimate Destiny. Well, that was like one of the original memes.
Yes.
That was like one of the first memes.
It actually was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
God, I remember singing that song just to annoy people.
Newgrounds is also why the Game Grumps have a career.
So
want to talk about the Game Grumps?
Like or hate, because I fucking hate Game Grumps.
I don't like hate them, but I don't like them. They just exist and they're shitty.
They're just a bunch of fucking assholes. They're asswipes and they're cunts.
Why do you hate the Game Grumps?
Why do I hate the Game Grumps?
Well, did they disown? Was it? I don't know that they're inside baseball. Was it? Did they disown JonTron because of his politics?
Nothing to do with that. Although yes, they did, because Susie felt uncomfortable around him.
What a bitch.
Aaron felt uncomfortable around him, and I believe Danny just didn't like him. So,
all right, so it wasn't JonTron leaving because he wanted to. He was forced out by faggots.
He wasn't forced out,
but they just made it. They made it unbearable, right? They made it not enjoyable.
Okay, so I don't want to get into specifics,
Why not?
Because it's just a long fucking
No,
trail.
okay. There's probably
I'll
videos
just give
about this, right?
kinda, but most of them are just they're too opinioned on one side or the other.
Yeah.
So essentially, what happened is one day, Aaron said, "John, you need to stop being so candid. We need to think about our future." Aaron said that to John, and then John said, "No, fuck you. I'm going to keep doing what I do. It's always going to be 100." And Aaron said, "You just can't keep doing that." John said, I could just go to my show and I could go to New York, be with my girlfriend, and I could just work on my more successful show and just say, fuck all you guys. And that would be fine. And then Aaron said, all right, do it. Just do it then. And John just did it. That's the end of the story. JonTron just got tired of it because it's just fucking endless dribble, which is what it is now. And Aaron just said, well, you know what? Fuck you. I want it to keep being what it is because I make money.
Yep. Seems to be a common tale.
It really is. It's just sad because they're all just such pussies
I
about
wish,
it. There's an NDA.
I wish I could have backed up my boy fucking John when he was facing Destiny.
Yeah.
I wish he called for fucking backup.
It was really sad. JonTron should have never went over to him. It was like that perfect example.
Because I know JonTron was not a
person shouldn't talk.
He wasn't. He didn't have the hard and fast underlying moral arguments that destroy the sort of cucky liberalism. All he had was like statistics that Disney's like, that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
So
what's the problem? And it doesn't help when literally everyone turns on you.
Yeah.
Because fucking.
Wish I could have helped my boy John, but he needed to call for backup.
Yeah. And gee whiz, I wonder why H3H3 said something disavowed him.
Oy vey, the guy I made all these videos with and helped my channel grow so much, and who really helped us. I guess I can't be friends with him. I gotta roast him on my podcast.
Yeah.
Fucking H3H3 are a bunch of disingenuous kikes and deserve to fucking burn in hell.
Yeah. It's like the same thing that happened with their PewDiePie thing, where literally, and I remind you, back when H3H3 was starting out, PewDiePie gave him a shout out. Back when he was down around 10,000 subscribers.
H3H3 are piss me off so much because they're just like Sarah Silverman, where they try to do the sort of edgy hip on the fucking off-brand humor, and then the second they fucking make it, they toss everything out and they don't accept fucking anything, and they just act like giant SJW normie centrist fucking kikes, and they deserve everything they fucking get to them bad. Fuck those sorts of people.
And as Constantine says, yes, Gila Klein, H3H3's wife, worked with the Israel, or she was in the Israel army.
Yeah.
Quite literally. And it's like, first of all, a man who works with his wife. So, first of all, he has a hole in his radio broadcast. So he's already kind of down the shitter.
They met at the Holocaust Museum, yeah.
Oh, God. Did they actually?
Yeah. I listened to a story about it and how they met, and they're how they basically, the Jews, they'll ship you over to Israel on this planned trip where you all have to go to the Holocaust Museum. And it's designed to try to get the bachelor Jewish man hooked up with Jewish women. And that's where Ethan met, awkward fat Ethan met autistic horseface Gila, and they hit it off. It was at the Holocaust Museum on this little fucking paid trip by the Jewish supremacy organizations. Fuck off, come on.
My favorite moment in H3H3 history was when Shoe Nice got in a battle with fucking H3H3's wife.
Wait, you can play as H3H3 in fucking Payday 2? That's disgusting.
Yeah, you can. It costs a whole $15.
Oh, God.
And you too can play as a horribly modeled figure that says a bunch of
You
stupid.
could play as two shitty Jews. If they were in my game, I'd fucking TK them. If you could
H3H3
TK.
attacked Jake Paul because he thought he was an energetic young white man, and he didn't like that. Oy vey.
Everybody's shitting on Jake Paul. They're just jelly. All those fucking YouTubers who shit on the Paulster.
They've been in the same positions before, and they've done the same shit.
Exactly.
Literally every critique they've ever made, they've all done the same shit.
Exactly.
H3H3, when he was starting, he did something on a fucking dead body. He did that. He made jokes about that shit. Everyone fucking, that's just how you make money.
What do you think of iDubbbz?
I only really liked iDubbbz back in the edgy era of YouTube when he was with
when he said things like nigger faggot on cam and he didn't give a shit.
Yeah, when he just fucked around and got his dick slapped every day. I liked iDubbbz back when he was in the Jackass crew.
I think basically iDubbbz was fine. Like he was actually edgier, and then he got like embroiled in the sort of the filthy Frank Reddit crowd where, oh, I'm just being toxic as an act. Yeah, we're really just upstanding people. We love all diversity and liberalism and all this degenerate society we live in. Peace, love, nigga. And he got like that crowd sort of like twisted him into that nonsense, and that's probably where he stands more now.
No, yeah, no, the first collab he did with H3H3, I was like, yeah, he's probably done. He's joined the mafia.
Yeah. I think maybe deep down he still knows like what he's doing is fucking faggoty, and but he doesn't care now. Like that's why he doesn't really put much effort into videos.
Well, that's what a lot of person. I don't know if you remember. Well, not a lot of people remembered it at all. But there's this one producer guy on YouTube, and he just said, a lot of YouTubers that have over 1 million subscribers and they hardly ever upload, like John Tron and iDubbbz and Max Mofo and a bunch of other people like that. The reason why they don't often upload anything is because they don't want to be involved with the bullshit anymore. They don't want to keep saying the same shit they always say, teetering on the line, always making sure that they hold back certain jokes, this and that. Did
iDubbbz make fun of fucking Leo?
What?
That never happened.
I don't know, maybe.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you look at his content, I think iDubbbz is smart enough to understand that, like, he sort of put himself in a fucking vice where he did the hard hitting content cop shit.
Yeah, which by the way, the channel killer.
Leo could have been an Isolet.
Because everyone that iDubbbz did a content cop is totally dying right now. All their channels are suffering.
Well, at least that's true for Leafy.
No, not even. Leafy still did fine after iDubbbz content cop, and his views were still increasing by the day. What killed Leafy was the YouTube algorithm shift. Leafy is here about 2 months before the content cop. That was when YouTube put out their new algorithm that curtailed the cringy shit. Oh. That was when they implemented their yellow money sign.
Honestly, I can't. Leafy is just a smarmy little cuck, but I can't hate him because he figured out somehow. He just played the fucking algorithms, and he found out how to do the least effort possible video that you could ever make, and he just made fucking bank off it. He's a made man. He like invested in crypto with all his little video money, and he's a made fucking man.
He started off doing Minecraft shit.
Yeah.
And then he just worked his way up, and he kept the gameplay in the background as he ranted, and he just created a whole new genre that everyone bandwagoned.
I talked about it in my little fucking my little Leafy ripoff video, but it's just like there's something about it. Like you just have the moving video game on screen that's just little bright flashing colors, and then you have a voice talking about some random shit. and you're not even listening to the voice, and you're not even watching it, but it just puts you in this fucking hypnotic trance, and before you know it, you fucking watch the video for no reason, and it just worked, and he made so much fucking money off of this hypnotic trance.
You know, the thing is that, you know, when Constantine says Leafy makes a lot of money for doing nothing, he actually, you know, he was making a lot of money, but like I said, the YouTube algorithm shift like 3 months before the content cop came out, and a little bit after the content cop, he was getting hit. Every video was getting demonetized and shit. So he shut down his channel despite getting, you know, 400,000 views each video, because there was just absolutely nothing.
He probably makes enough money off of fucking crypto interest. He can just live doing whatever he fucking wants.
Yeah, I assume. And he also has like merch brands, and he said in an update video that he invested in stocks and shit. I'm sure he's fine.
I mean, that's smarter than most of these stupid fucking celebs.
Yeah, it's actually, it was deleted. I don't know if there's a re-upload or anything, but Leafy said he said, I wanted to get famous. He said, but you know, there's never been a YouTuber that stayed famous for long. He said he knew he was going to get taken down sooner or later by his fans or by YouTube. So, you know, he made as much money he could and put as much on the side as he could. So he's actually a pretty smart kid.
Yeah, I mean, I can't fault him because he was just. I can tell he didn't give a fucking flying fuck about what he said ever in any of those videos when he was talking about drama or anything. He was just playing the game.
Just a reminder that when his channel passed 1 million views, he was still 17.
Yeah, basically, Leafy is like what happened if Sargon had a fucking IQ above 50. Is if Sargon, instead of being a little fucking faggot and just reinvested his money into something meaningful, he wouldn't need to be pretending to be some sort of fucking political figure in the current year. And it's the same with so many YouTubers.
Yeah. Now, Diogenes says the passion should take place over money. But, you know, Leafy, his passion was the views. He said it ever since his Minecraft shit. He said, I want to be a big YouTuber. That was his passion. His passion was to be
like he literally looked up what the algorithm did, and he just did the algorithm.
Yeah, he just wanted
and he did it in the least low effort way possible. So I gotta respect the guy for at least literally being extremely pragmatic and making money off of the stupid clown world we live in.
And you know who else is a fucking YouTube genius? MatPat. That motherfucker. He was the one who figured out the whole algorithm shift from YouTube. This guy went in and deconstructed every single principle of the algorithm, and he deconstructed, like, he said on a panel, for like 2 years straight, he analyzed YouTube and how videos work and how people find videos. And then after all that information he got, he started making shit. That guy's fucking bright too.
I mean, yeah, if you can stand making videos of anything and don't give a shit about, and you just want to play the algorithm, it's like now all you do is you'd be like a goofy kitty Fortnite streamer.
Yeah.
If you want to make fucking money.
And don't be confused. I think MatPat is a fucking clod. I think he sucks. All of his videos are terrible.
Like I think
but,
if I recorded like 5 games of Fortnite, and then I made like 5 different channels, and then I uploaded a video of with like the stupid meme video of like the sound effects and the zoom ins and the music and just the bright colors with the memes, and I did that 5 times. I guarantee at least one of those fucking videos would get like multiple thousands of views, if not more.
Oh yeah, certainly. If not like maybe 15, 20,000 at least.
Yeah.
This is what happens.
It's just like, yeah, it's just that's what would occur.
Did MatPat actually? I thought that was a meme. Did he actually give Undertale to the Pope? Looking that up. Holy shit, he actually gave Undertale to the Pope. God damn it. God damn it! Why did he fucking give Undertale to the Pope? When did he even meet the Pope?
Why not? Why not give the Pope a shitty game?
He didn't even give him the game. He gave him a Steam key. Jesus
That
Christ!
obviously the Pope's gonna fucking boomer and not actually have a Steam account or install the game or what, and so it just gave him literally nothing.
I do not know what this is.
You could just fucking get the Undertale version before it was on Steam that you can just play on a exe or whatever.
Yeah,
Put it on a
that's
disc.
true. I remember the Undertale. I never liked Undertale, even when it first came out. It was too much of a third-person type of game. Everyone says it's so personal. It's so everything you
I
do
played
has
it knowing
direct.
nothing. I played it in the best possible environment,
Yeah,
and I just thought it was alright. It's fine. It's cool. Yeah,
yeah.
whatever. I didn't.
My first, yeah, it's like my first playthrough. I did a genocide route. I didn't look up anything online. It's just, when I play RPGs, I tend to
You kill
experience
everything.
grind. Yeah, so I just did that, and then the big sound happened. I was like, huh. Well, maybe this is something I'm supposed to do. And then I went through the whole game genocide
Killing
route.
everything because you want like the big sound.
Yeah, and then at the ending of it is like, this is really disappointing because it wasn't, all the characters, they're like, holy shit, you're like a demon is inside you. And it's like, oh, that's all you're going to say? And all the characters were all really melodramatic and no one really had much to say about anything. It's just really impersonal.
Well, I mean,
And
that's I don't know. It's realistic. It's actually if you do a JRPG and you just go around killing everybody, that's what happens.
no, I mean, like, it wasn't really much of a, I didn't feel like they were scared or they were like, oh no, or anything like that. It was just like oh hey, you killed everyone. Uh-oh, I guess I should fight you. The only time I ever went like, oh hey, wow, there's actual emotion was like Undyne. I
Hmm.
don't know. Just my
Maybe you're
opinion.
just too autistic.
Could be.
Sounds like it.
Leo would kick the Pope in the balls. I don't know about that. He seems like he
He
seems like a
values his
civil
life,
cuck.
Dashneys. I don't think he would. He
Yeah,
would get taken out by the Jesuit snipers.
he seems too much like a civil cuck to do that.
Tumblr is inept, and they have a terrible understanding of evil.
We know Tumblr, they recently made it so that if you don't have an account, you can't view porn. So the entire website is defunct now, where everyone who was using, you know, yeah, Diogenes, I guess you summed it up pretty well. No point in giving you choice if there's no meaning to it or consequences. I don't know. It all just seemed kind of pointless to me by the end of the playthrough.
I don't know. I found some of the characters enjoyably written because I stopped killing them.
Yeah, but you're supposed to feel something if you're killing all the characters.
Well, usually I read the context clues and realized, this game wants me not to kill everybody. And
Well,
then,
no, I got that, but I was like, but why bother? I want
well,
to. I like
that's
playing
why would you think like that? Why would you bother going around grinding?
because I like being like in a game. I prefer being the bad guy because
Now
it
that's
usually
what I
gives a
call
funner.
autism.
Sure, because it gives a funner ending. You get more. You usually get
I didn't
harder
want to waste
battles.
time grinding. I just like
Yeah,
ran
but you
past her.
usually get harder boss battles, and you get more intriguing interactions and stuff.
I mean, you
Which
got your Sans. How long did it take you to beat fucking Sans?
like 2 tries. It wasn't as hard as everyone says. But I'm a Toho fag, so maybe
Oh, that
that's
makes
why.
sense. It's basically like your average Toho boss.
Yeah, so everyone was complaining about it, and
Like I
it's like,
never
yeah,
had too much trouble with Undertale because I also played Toho.
yeah,
I'm not that good at it, but the Undertale is pretty easy. Even like the final boss was super easy. People were complaining about dying to the final boss all the time.
mm. That sounds pretty gay, Diogenes. Machiavellian, chaotic, neutral, bad, not chaotic, evil sort of bad, of sadistic bad evil. I don't know about that.
I whenever I play the games with like the little moral slider, I usually end up like neutral good. and like I'll just not be a dick, and I'll be a dick sometimes when I think they deserve it. And usually the SJW writers don't know who deserves to be fucking cucked, and so like I'll be evil for doing something that's entirely justified. But I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, I usually end up like middle of the road, if not a little bit on the bad side. I usually do the things that will get me into a fight because I always enjoy, I enjoy the battling more than the interactions and stuff.
I haven't played Nocturne yet. Dark Ghost Wind. Guess I should too. There's apparently a neat ending. That sounds funny.
Oh boy.
I played Reciteer and I got the homeless ending once, and then I beat the game.
Homeless ending. Oh boy. Speaking of homeless endings, how about that game, Detroit Beyond Human?
I watched someone play through it. I didn't buy it, of course. Why would I do that? It's alright. It's just also, but it's preachy and SJW as fuck, and just another heavy rain, poorly written, voiced by people from Montreal. Shitty game.
So here's something that was brought up in the game that I find was very strange that it was brought up in the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
They say very expressively that the reason for the outbreak where the robots turn human, quote unquote, is it's just a virus. It's a virus that makes them more adapt. It's like basically an ultra self preservation switch.
Yeah.
Which means that if you look at the game and you look at all the characters and what they didn't have any free will at all. They didn't have any sort of human characteristics. All the options, all the choices.
So the robots were just acting to self-preservation programming.
Yes, because all of the breaks of their systems, right? The first break in the system was when the woman robot was being beaten by the owner or being told to stay as he was going to beat the child, and the robot went into self-preservation mode and the virus allowed them to break. The second one was the black butler, and he was getting hit in the face, and so he went into self-preservation mode. And then the third one, he just a investigation special prototype robot, and he never broke out of the system. It's it's all just a bunch of fucking fake, and all the options that you go through in the game is all, do you want to defend yourself or not defend yourself? And it's just a big farce. And they explain in the game, no, none of the androids are human. It's literally just a virus. But the game also goes.
I mean, no. If that's the case, then you shouldn't be able to choose not to defend yourself.
Do what?
I thought it was you couldn't make if it was the program that was forcing them to defend themselves, and they couldn't choose not to defend yourself like you can in the game.
Oh no! When I say that, I mean they either run away or they fight.
No, so I mean, I think that's. I don't think that's the programming. I think that's just like what you have to do in a dangerous situation.
They still go about everything and just I don't know.
I think that's I think that's a self-made autistic nitpick, misunderstanding of the situation. But I don't think the game's good. It's definitely just preachy and voiced by Canadians and very unrealistic Detroit where there's no black criminals. And Detroit somehow recovered and has all this nice infrastructure, which is not going to happen. Also,
yes, it just the game just introduces so much stuff, and then it immediately just kind of defuncts. So it's just it's basically just a David Cage game, and he doesn't make TV because he tried to make TV twice. And they rejected his ideas. And he said, well, gaming is the future anyway, to save face.
Well, I mean, the gaming audience is desperate for anything, so they'll eat that shit up anyways.
Well, it's true. Gaming is just movies.
What's another game Cage made?
Well, there was Unicron, which was literally one of the worst games ever made.
Oof.
There was Beyond Two Souls. There was Heavy Rain, guest appearance Jason. I think that's it. Yeah,
Did he
he
also
made
make?
Phantom
So these
Prophecy.
are all made by David Cage. I didn't know that.
Yes.
Huh.
You can tell that they're all made by David Cage because every game he makes involves a woman with short hair getting raped in a bathroom.
It's true.
Literally, Heavy Rain has a woman with short hair in a basement about to get
Jason.
raped.
I mean, say what you will about Heavy Rain. At least it's kind of like the Star Wars prequels, and it's just that it's a fucking walking meme, and
Well, yeah,
it
no.
has cultural value just because of how much of a meme it is. Between like fucking Jason and like all the awkward voice acting and
I used
the
to
nonsense.
back when Heavy Rain came out, all my friends had speakers and we all fucking downloaded that shit. And we would all, while we were walking through the school, we'd all, Jason, Jason, Jason. Fucking great. Robots aren't alive. If you have a
And
hammer, they get some kind of
the
sentience and
problem,
melt
the
it
bad
because it's
part
a faulty
is
hammer.
if these were made by a person who's competent and could actually write a story, it'd be great. But they're not. Like all the stories are full of fucking holes, and like the choices don't matter, and it's like
Well, the problem is, and this seems to be consistent, it happened in Beyond Two Souls, it happened in Heavy Rain, it happened in Detroit Become Human. It happens in every one of his games. David Cage likes supernatural shit, right? All of the holes in Heavy Rain would have been filled if his original idea of the main character being a psychic was what actually happened. But he always reneges.
dials it back.
Yeah. So basically, the main character in Heavy Rain, like all the prompts that show up, like the should I do this or should I do that? That was going to be because he's psychic. That first dream that he got, the dream sequence, that was going to be a prophecy thing because he's psychic. A bunch of the things that just seem to show up in the game or contrivances that just happen were originally supposed to happen because he either got predictions or he psychically melded or something. It's the same shit with Beyond Two Souls. There's supposed to be even more psychic shit than there was.
Hmm.
And with and with Detroit Become Human, the black robot was supposed to be an oracle. So
Yeah. Oof. I don't know. I wish there would be someone who would make an actual game like that where it's like the story bit choice based thing, but actually be able to write an interesting story. That's all.
well, the problem with that is that all the interesting stories have already been done. Gaming isn't a place that should have that type of shit anyway.
No, I don't think all the interesting stories have been done at all. But I think it's just there's not a lot of effort to fund good writing talent or find it. Well, it's just that the West in particular doesn't have like a reading audience, and this doesn't have like a organic writing. Um, there's not like a group of writers in society that are like organically formed and making creative things besides like fucking fan fiction and like these shitty self-published Amazon novels. And there's just it's not like Japan, which has this giant voracious reading population that consumes more books than in like a fucking year than America does in a decade. Um, so since the West is cocked on writing, it's just the writing of everything is just deteriorating over time till it'll fucking end up in the complete garbage.
And it's sad too because we used to have the best of writing. The Japanese were inspired by us. Now we're inspired by them. It's like poetry, it rhymes.
Exactly, yeah.
How can I reach these keys? Oh, I don't know.
I think there is a room for visual novels in the West. Like if people wanted to write English visual novels or and have them cater to like the animu crowd or cater to the non-animu crowd, it's doable with some advertising. Um, it's just yeah, I think it's just untested, so people haven't really thrown big project at it.
We we actually did used to have visual novels like Oregon Trail
I
and
mean, there is sort of those classic 2D Katakawa Game Maker. Why the
yeah,
fuck would I want to make? Does the game get like automatically given to Katakawa as like a license? That's how. The fuck is Katakawa Game Maker?
who
But yeah,
knows?
yeah, you're right. We used to have the I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream and
Yeah.
all those classic story-driven games back in the early days of gaming.
The Secret of Monkey Island.
Yeah.
Oof. But then we got a bunch of visuals, and don't pay attention to the story. We have pretty trees. Look at the pretty trees.
Yeah.
Favorite anime is the
I
Boondocks.
think Doki Doki Literature Club is proof that there's definitely untapped market for a successful visual novel in the West. It just has to be done.
Yeah, but I feel like at least 50% of the reason why that was good, why that was sold so well, was because of fucking YouTubers.
Well, I mean, yeah, but it all you would need is a good story that travels by word of mouth, and then a YouTuber like, oh, this seems cool, and then they'll play it, and then you'll get money.
God, I hated that so much. I was playing that game. I was playing it short. I didn't have a lot of time, so I was just kind of slowly playing it. And then on YouTube, that was the time that everyone was making their Doki Doki Literature is not the game you think it is.
And you didn't
And
finish it in
they
time.
have all the titles with the fucking demon face shit, and it's like,
Yeah,
oh, thank you very much.
yeah. I played through it. I actually didn't even. I heard about it in like a VN thread before it really blew up. It was like only it wasn't very well known, and then I read it through unspoiled, and it was fine. It's just a fine. It's not like terribly bad. It definitely has a disgusting fan base, but it's playable. It's a fine little meta story. Not like offensive.
Yeah, it's mm, it's I
In
don't
all
know.
likelihood, viral marketing teams shilling in the form of reaction image. So what you're saying, Anonymous, is what I have to do is make a visual novel, get a bunch of art, and then start like shilling them on the boards with like waifu images. I mean, it's
Oh
probably
dear,
exactly what I have to do.
I want to be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause. I will
PewDiePie
travel
helped that
across
game.
the land, searching far and wide.
Who's the best
Catch them
grill?
is my destiny. To train them is my cause.
Shut the fuck up, fucking Reddit. The best girl of DDLC is definitely Monica. Not even close. And then I posted it again.
I mean,
Dwarf.
I'm not going to do it again. If I may have done it, if you posted
I
the
will
rest
literally
of the
end the
song.
stream. Yeah, no shit. She was the only character. You get it, Ghostwind. She was the only character. The rest of them were NPCs. Get it?
Essentially, always train the heavy bag of Pokemon song on loop. Of course. Why wouldn't you?
Yuri wasn't
Hey,
even a good Yandir. She was just like a shitty Yandir.
well, I mean, aren't all Yanders shitty?
No, they've been done
No.
well before.
When?
Uh, is Higurashi Yandir now?
Actually, yes. Green hair
Oh.
was Yandere because she had a twin sister, and the twin sister was macking up all in brown hair guy's face. twin sister got pissed off because that was her man, and she fucking pulled all the nails out of her sister's fucking hand. There's only one green hair empty space. I don't think Reika was. I don't know. Who is the best Higurashi girl?
I don't know.
I say the twin sister, but that's just me.
Is Yandir Dev still alive? Probably not.
Wasn't his inspiration for that game fucking Rapeplay?
I thought it was Hitman.
I don't know, because I remember trolling around some threads like a year ago, and I saw somehow I ran into Yander Dev, and I saw something about him posting about fucking Rapeplay. It was magical. It's always a magical moment when you hear the word Rapeplay.
Persona 5, Hitman Replay, and some Jap indie game.
Good God. Gee, I wonder why. I wonder why that game has so many things that have to do with rape. It makes you think.
All right, well, the 4-hour stream, I think it was pretty good.
Hey man, I'm just waiting for you to tell me to shut up.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. What else was I gonna fucking do? I think that's it. I think I covered everything. Okay. Anything else you want to say? This time for real.
Pokemon, it's you and me. I know it's my destiny.
Not gonna say
Gotta
the whole
catch
thing.
them all.
Okay.
I don't remember. I tried to remember it, but I can't. Right. Oh well.
All right.
Fuck you.
All right. Well, good night, guys. I'll work on the vids. Probably have Lizard Overlord on next week. Good night.